And here we are. Hello everybody. Welcome back to this goddamn mess that we left behind for way too long. Welcome back to the Greatest Attorney Chronicles.
Hello, I'm here too.
Yes, Saber and Spec are here too to be my lovely legal assistants as always. And by that I mean the people that tell me what to pick.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, I exist. And don't worry, it might have been a while since we've done a Greatest Tournament. It's even been more of a while since we've done Ace Attorney 2.
I will never forgive you for keeping me away from Ace Attorney 3.
You won't forgive me, but it's fine.
I swear at this rate I'm gonna be like, oh, fine, we're playing Ace Attorney 2 on my channel. I am the Ace Attorney person now.
It's great. We'll finish expert investigation before we finish Ace Attorney.
No fucking way. I have to do it. I have to do Steinsgate before that.
And this is an entire visual novel channel now. That's it.
No, I have one visual novel slot, one shooter slot, and one action game slot. This truly is a channel of all time.
Variety.
And that's because I am fucking obsessed with my personal interests. And if you guys ever have some personal interest you want to talk about, you should tell me about them immediately. I love hearing about that kind of shit. Please, I beg you.
So I'm really into these gacha games.
Never do that. Only villains do that.
But my push you into it.
Yes, Neo, but the TRPG slot is sacred and forever there, so I don't need to mention it because it is unmovable. Still don't know if I should categorize those streams as just chatting or TTRPG.
I think chatting would be good because, well, you mainly talk about TTRPG stuff, but maybe later once you run about stuff to talk about TTRPG, you can just use it for chatting or something else.
Specifically about TTRPG, I guess I would recommend that one first, and
Okay.
then once the topic starts to move around a bit more, you can then swap whatever to just chatting in the future.
Okay, I just wasn't sure because I don't know if that thing is specifically only for like streamed games or what. But anyways, it's time for the recap of the year, of the century for this goddamn game. So last
But,
time, yes.
No, I was about to say, I would talk about my interest, but my interest has been satisfied. The Steinsgate has been achieved.
But I like to hear more about you, what the stuff you like. Maybe I'll play more of the stuff you like at some point, as long as it isn't Crusader King or some shit like that.
No man, but there goes my chances.
But there is this RPG called In Stars and Time. Yes, I know I have to play also In Stars and Time at some point. God.
I have to as well. I just need to get through like Dead Souls or something.
Sure you will, Spec. It's like, yes, don't worry guys, I'll just finish Steinsgate first before we play In Stars and Time. It will be a breeze. I'll just finish Raging Loop.
God, Raging Loop. Ah.
Speaking of RPGs, play Xenogear. The fuck is that?
It is the prequel to Xenoblade.
I see.
Well, prequel. It's not not the same story, but you know, it's just people made that game first and then went on to make Xenoblade later.
It is the lost judgment of Yakuza. I see.
No, it is the Shin Megami. No, actually, it is the Megami Tensei to Persona.
But Megami Tensei isn't a prequel.
I know it's our prequel.
Technically, Xenogear is a title, but
Yeah, but Xenogear happens in the same universe, right? Oh, then you guys are not making any sense, Jesus.
I am actively disagreeing with what they said about it being a prequel. It is just in the same series. And
Gotcha.
maybe it's the same fucking universe. Fuck if I know. I definitely don't think so.
Well, Neo, that is also arguable. It might
Okay.
happen in the same universe.
God.
Let's just continue.
Anyways, recap. We found the cookie ass engineer, Mr. Trevor. He is the most fucking entertaining character in this goddamn trial.
You're just saying that because you're always acting him.
No.
Why would you sound so sad?
Because that's such a mean thing to say. I don't. You. Okay.
How can you be
That was a mean thing? Huh?
I don't know. I don't know why your brain broken. Play.
I was just poking fun. It wasn't a mean thing.
But there wasn't even a reason to poke fun at that. I've never done something like that.
Well, the point is that they didn't mean it badly.
I know. I'm just more confused of where the joke came from. Gonna be real.
It was just as it was said. But that was it.
Never mind.
There wasn't any other meaning to it.
My brain likes to see meaning on things.
No, man, you would not survive Xenoblade.
What do you mean? Speg, what do they mean? Speg?
There is meaning in everything.
What? Oh wait, what? You said my name. You said Spain.
I said
You
Speg.
You know, there wasn't a very obvious in at the end. I didn't know you were talking to me.
There was no N. I said Speg.
To be fair, I also heard Spain.
What the fuck is wrong with your guys' ears?
I don't know.
I don't know what Xenoblade has to do with whoever the fuck Saber was talking about. I'm gonna be real.
God, what a mess. Anyways, we grabbed the most entertaining character, and no, it's not because I'm biased. We started questioning him about the fact that he's very clearly full of shit and completely tampered with the shit. But he's like, oh, you have no proof. And we are like, yes, we do. You stole a goddamn waxwork. And they're like, oh, but why would I steal a waxwork? It's like, well, I don't know. Let's ask the fucking owner. And now we have Madame Taspels in the stand. Speaking of there being an N, oh god. Did you know there's an N in Stars and Time?
Yes, I want to play it. Do I have the time? No.
But yeah, that's the recap. We now begin to play before I do more stupid shit. I don't confuse my friends anymore.
To be fair, Saber's confusing me even more so.
Tobias Gregson is the best. White Gregson. Gina was the one that found the guy. Why is everyone talking about today?
To be fair, I'm very good at
I think
confusing
everyone's agreed on Haywire.
Nipponese. My learned Nipponese friend. Oh boy, I sure can't wait to get back into racism. It's my favorite part of playing video games.
Yay, racism!
Oh hey, and we start directly with Xavier talking.
State your name and occupation for the court, please.
Where the fuck are we?
Yes, he was working on the waxwork of Sholmes. And
I'm pretty sure I voiced this one actually.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a Saber show right now.
Is it? I need to check.
My name is Madame Esmeralda Taspels. I am waxwork artisan.
Watch me stab this imbecile in the forehead.
You know, I'm afraid that this is what the gag will lead to. And proprietors of the Madame Tussauds Museum of Waxwork. You will have to pardon me for working as I testify. My new exhibit must open very soon.
Is it gonna be about you murdering Sholmes?
Mayhaps.
Oh, so he finally gets a statue, does he? Now there are 2 of them in the world. Alright, Ryu, you're starting with a singer, I see. What's in band 6 around her road? Slowly adjusted to how you play Mind Thief around Enoch says by watching band 6 around Naruto. What the fuck?
Oh my, what expression is he carving onto that face? Thank you. A number of days ago, a particular waxwork model was stolen from your museum. Can you confirm this? Oui, that is true. At first, we believed it had been kidnapped.
A waxwork model? Kidnapped?
Yes, my lord. There was a demand for ransom money left behind by the culprit. However, according to what I have been just told outside the courtroom, that was not the true reason. I understand it was utilized as a substitute for the body of a murder victim. At present, that is no more than conjecture proposed by the defense. This is the victim of the case in question, Mr. O.D. Asman. But of course, I know him well. He is part of my odious personages exhibit.
Amazing.
I detest to say what is evident, but Mr. Altman does not resemble the professor at all.
Your microphone is sounding a bit weird, Saber.
What?
You sometimes start sounding like all muffled and then go back up to clear, then back to muffled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I was too far away from the mic.
I don't know.
No.
Yes, but perhaps. Great arguments, Naruto.
Very good.
Perhaps perhaps their faces are very similar.
Are you suggesting that we should see now the masked visage of the professor? I have here the key, but it is strictly forbidden to open the lock. This is absurd! Pardon? I don't know what face you've carved onto your fancy figure beneath that mask. But clearly, it won't be that of the actual killer.
Indeed. One's identity was never made public after all.
The trial took place in closed court. The proceedings were strictly confidential. The condemned man was summarily executed. His identity remains a closely guarded national secret. There is no possible way that the repository of the Tawdry exhibits could get its hands on that information. How do you say that?
Quel dommage.
Quel dommage. It would seem you're unaware of Taspel's principles.
Oh boy, what you gonna pull out now, lady? What principles?
The family of Taspels has always prided itself on sculpting its models à la perfection. Every detail, including the visage, is fashioned with complete fidelity. And voila, our principles. There is well-known legend of the Taskbell's waxwork from the time of the French Revolution. A member of the Taskbell's family is said to have made a waxwork of the queen who was executed. Oui, that is true. It was century ago now. I believe the queen's face was carved in the minutes following her death, actually at the guillotine site.
That's some dedication.
You are correct. The model is on display still today in the House of Horrors. With this spell, we'll stop at nothing to update page for replica of our subject.
Dear me. A somewhat disturbing tenacity of purpose.
It is the only way to obtain a truly lifelike representation of the subject. And it has been my family's secret for generations.
Do you mean to say that beneath that mask?
We, the true research of the killer, is there. This is ludicrous! It's out of the question!
Leave this poor man alone. Jesus.
The professor spread terror throughout the Great Britain. As a result, the Madame Taskbell special exhibit remains extremely popular even today. The killer, emerging from his own grave, it is a sight to behold. You should come.
I think, madame, it would be beneficial to hear your formal testimony on this matter. We explain every detail of this macabre model. I'm personally involved in its creation.
With pleasure.
Oh, boy.
The special exhibit in the House of Horrors is based on a rumor that shocked society in London.
Oh, hi, Pixie.
No.
Come on, come up, boy. There we go. I love how, like, this game has this super accurate waxwork creator. I mean, while most waxworks in real life are, like, the most uncanny shit ever. Like, I have not seen a single waxwork that actually looks like the person they're supposed to represent. I mean, that is the truly fantasy of this video game. People actually being competent at their jobs. Shit of yeah.
Competent. Competent in this house? How dare.
An impression of the research was taken directly from the corpse in accordance with Taskbell's family principles.
Wait. Did you do what I think you did?
What do you think they did?
Did she send Trevor to dig up the tomb of the guy to take a picture of his face?
That is not where my brain was going, but that is definitely a... That is definitely an idea.
Because, like, where else would they have gotten a picture of his face? It's not like he was publicly executed or anything like that. And I do not believe the actual body would have been buried with its iron mask. The iron mask was probably added in order to keep the face hidden.
Well, no, the mask could have been there actually. If they just wanted to hide the face in case of, you know, grave robbers.
I guess? But, I don't know, I get the, she wouldn't have had a possible chance of taking the picture otherwise if it wasn't from, like, actually digging the corpse up, I feel. And we literally have a depiction of that happening in her own museum.
That does raise a question.
Yeah?
I was about to say that does raise the question on how did they know that the man was dirty in the grave?
I don't know.
I enlisted the
Also-
aid of the gravedigger and created a mold for the head in the cemetery just before the interment.
Oh. You enlisted the aid of the gravedigger and created a mold for the head in the cemetery before the interment. Never mind.
This woman was prepared.
How did the gravedigger agree to this shit?
Money, probably.
It's like, alright, weird lady, I will help you put this head in a goddamn mold.
Just bring it.
I mean, well, the police like, where the hell? Why the hell haven't they brought the body yet for burial? That's fucking whack.
Whack is a simple way of putting it.
Yeah. Van Six would call it an absolute atrocity.
Van Six is just over here in the corner like, what the actual fuck?
What is wrong with the people of Britain?
I hit
Maybe.
myself until he gave me a signal. I was there for a very long time that night.
Oh my god.
I was there for a very long time.
Just creeping behind a tombstone like, is he ready?
As dawn approached, I was very worried that I could be discovered.
If I get distracted at any point, it's because my cat is right now absolutely... absolutely just mothering me.
No.
What a shitty little guy he is.
Hey, Gravedigger, am I sanctioned this?
I will do all that is necessary to achieve the true resemblance my family is celebrated for.
And I will do...
Seafood prices.
And I will do what I can to keep my cat away from the bowl of salad that I finished eating. Oh, god damn it, cat! Why did you sit on the mouse?
He wanted to play.
I was about to say that I want the salad too. Ooh.
Come on, get back on the lab. Get back on my lab.
Nobody else knew, only the gravedigger. What harm did it do, though?
Fuck you.
So you truly saw it. The face of that monster.
What?
What?
Naturally, I was aware at the time that his identity was a secret. But Daspels would not be Daspels if we did not insist on absolute fidelity to our sculptures. I don't believe this.
God. Oh god, Judge's voice.
I myself have seen the special exhibit at your museum, madame.
That's not my voice at all. God, now I have to remember what fucking voice I did for Judge.
My problem is that I think I gave Daspel and our assistant similar voices because I can do only one female voice.
That's a fucking lie and you know it.
Wow.
I myself have seen the special exhibit at your museum, madame. A truly blood-curdling scene. Is the murderer emerging from his own grave? And my cat is trying to climb onto my fucking desk?
The scene it depicts was the subject of many rumors in London 10 years ago. I have here a newspaper from the time. Tipus.
That's
That is a
a very accurate depiction. Oh, the ass man. Huh?
Where did you read it?
It's a signature.
Oh, so they were a newspaper man.
What the fuck?
Whoa. Oh, fun.
The special exhibit was based upon the picture in this article.
This case is getting more complicated by the second. What do you mean? Oh, the ass man made an article about this?
Fascinating.
Mind races from the grave. Executed criminal returns in the dead of night at a local cemetery. Was the Palmasque to blame for the great blaze? Trevor's dreadful encounter.
Oh yeah, they're on the right line. The Krakatoa eruption. Man.
The great stink. What?
Sorry, it's just interesting to know this actual
Oh yeah,
historical
Krakatoa
event.
eruption. That's fun. I love how in this depiction it looks more like a goddamn zombie rising from the grave.
To be fair, I can totally see someone actually making this as a newspaper article. But I sell those papers after all.
Did you read this one?
Oh yeah. Actually, I think I read this.
Alright.
It was the most detailed account of what happened, as reported by the eyewitness who saw it.
Hey, this is... oh my god.
Man rises from the grave. It's too absurd for words.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so it's not checkable. Thank goodness.
But it is evidence.
Yeah.
The public enjoy absurdity, monsieur. That is why I have reproduced the scene as carefully as possible in my museum.
Actually, I should take advantage and check it without the text box now that I can. Mr. Trevor's dreadful encounter. Mild sheep rampage. Unexplained phenomenon creeps Oxfordshire region.
Charles Darwin.
Charles Darwin to receive Copley Medal.
Damn.
Yeah, this year's recipient of the Royal Society's most prestigious award is Mr. Charles Darwin for his highly important contribution to research on the fields of geology, zoology, and botanical physiology. Parliament is to finally address the foul issue. Of great many years, Parliament has at long last resolved to relieve the citizens of London of the horrifying stench that carries on the slightest breeze and lingers in the nostrils of every man, woman, and child. A great sewer is to be built on their footable God. They're like, finally, they're making a sewer.
My god.
A sewer. No.
I love the amount of like historical things stuff in this article. That's very fun.
The university student who experienced this shocking event is Mr. Enoch Trepper, the disciple of science at the University of London and the resident of student dorms. Ooh.
Okay, let's see. So yeah, he had just become a professor. Interesting. The young man who witnessed this scene was nowhere to reaching a streak when in the next second a gunshot rang out suddenly from behind. The one piece of the resurrected man's chest rested still once more. The youth released the screen he had been holding around for his life. So someone shot the professor? What? I have so many questions about this. No fucking wonder this guy's hair turned white after that.
To be fair, I think mine would too.
The student who experienced this shocking event is Mr. Enoch Trevor, disciple of science at the University of London and resident of his student dorms. Wait. Oh, okay, no. Oh, okay, I understand now. So yeah, he was just studying science. Like, imagine like you're a university student and like, oh, gonna check the cemetery. Oh my god!
Yeah, funny cemetery. Holy shit!
You know, that does raise the question: why was he at the cemetery?
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to legally grab a body to research or do research or something. I don't know.
Was he trying to grab the professor's body?
That or a different body? Who knows? We can only ask the man himself. And it's a waxwork from that exhibit that was stolen some years before the incident at the Great Exhibition, wasn't it?
That is correct. The professor you see before you here.
Most puzzling. Counsel from the defense. Proceed with the cross-examination.
This Oxford links Trevor to Dr. Side. There has to be some reason for that, which hasn't yet come to light. Was Side the one who shot the professor?
Me?
God.
But I'll find it. I'll get to the bottom of what really happened. I'll prove that Dr. Sid and and Trevor were in on this crime together. Oh yeah, that's right. We were also seeded to the whole thing because the autopsy was tampered with.
This mess just keeps getting
It's
bigger.
such a messy case. I love it. This is like a greasy burger equivalent of a case.
What the fuck?
Press. And that rumor would be?
A 10-year-old tale now, but one that no Londoner would ever forget.
Oh, right. I know what you two were talking about, I think.
Of course, it couldn't be anything else.
Oh yeah, I was this one.
Yeah, you're a magician.
Here's a story will never disappear.
A tale of condemned killer rising from the dead. That is the central attraction of my House of Horrors.
meanwhile, Banzig's like, fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
Bullshit.
This is why I need an apprentice. I cannot deal with this anymore.
My life is a goddamn comedy.
The rumor was whispered all over the city, and it was like this.
Oh my god.
It was in Lowgate Cemetery behind the prison, in the dead of night after execution of the killer. The interred professor slipped back into Sloane's lap covering his tomb and emerged from his grave. The young man who witnessed this felt a scream welling up inside him. But an instant later, he heard an ear-splitting gunshot from over his shoulder.
I'll be honest, Saber, it's a little hard to understand you without the subtitles.
Yeah.
Sorry. The bullet struck the emerging corpse and he fell motionless once more. The scream finally found its way from the mouth of the young witness, who turned and ran for his life.
The corpse climbed out of his own grave?
And then somebody shot him? Who? Who was it? Nobody knows, even today. But remember, it was just a rumor. Perhaps nothing more than a ghost story. The good people of London, they love stories like this. That is why it was in every newspaper across the capital.
But was it just a story? I mean, this is exactly the scene that can be seen today at your museum, isn't it?
We, the special exhibit, was modeled on that very illustration. For a while afterwards, the contents of that article were reproduced in every newspaper imaginable.
Fun.
Madame, might I say something? Please go ahead, mademoiselle. When something is described as a rumor, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's entirely made up. I believe that often, rumors contain elements of truth. Ah, I see that people from the East can be just as astute as people of Europe. Can we be sure, for instance, that the professor's execution was successful?
Man, it's like a broken neck will not stop me. Pixie, please get away from the screen.
No.
Please, Pixie, I'm begging you.
No.
I am sorry for the people who have to hear so much of my voice.
One day I hope Pixie just gets to the mic and just going.
Nah, they aren't very talkative, my kitties.
No.
Damn.
They're more of this. Whoop. Pixie, don't press things.
They're very interactive though.
Stop trying.
It is not possible for the dead to come back to life.
No, with that attitude.
God. I'm gonna fucking smack you, cat.
No.
Stop trying to eat the salad. There's nothing here. That's okay. Give me a second.
Howdy chat, how y'all doing? By chat I mean Neo.
And Neon.
Oh yeah, Neon's in there too. Sorry, they're too busy trying to find ways to get us to play starts in time.
Wow.
Blah blah. I'm vibing hard right now.
There is too much of Saber voice. Saber voice is not good.
Is your voice a little stressy?
My voice is fine. I'm just worried that I cannot make the voice distinct enough.
That's fair. You'll be fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hi, Feifei.
Hello. Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Do you hear me well?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Good.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Don't eat my chocolate. Sorry.
I didn't imagine Band 6 is like, share with the class. You got that chocolate, share.
10 years ago, I was there in Lowgate Cemetery.
No one takes no chocolate for you.
This is why I hate them.
After the criminal known as Professor was killed by hanging,
Which, you know, very inefficient method overall.
I took a wax impression of his visage from the corpse just before it was interred.
Whether I imagine, like, the man gets his head dunked in wax and he's like.
No, see, he actually died of suffocation. his neck was fine.
It's the Rasputin situation where it's like he gets hanged, then he gets dunked in wax, then he gets buried alive, and the thing that kills him is some random person shooting him in the chest.
Turns out it's just like quick and effective. Just bang, done, bye. Well, damn.
So I can assure you, the man was dead.
But it would be very funny if he wasn't. I see.
He was dead by my hand.
he definitely did not survive that shit. I can tell you that. Picky, you're so rowdy today.
Rowdy.
Like he like stands in front of the door, and the moment I touch him, it's like Sunny turns towards me to climb on top of me. It's like why is what is this? What you doing? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Huh?
You being a little creature? Huh? Huh? Got your nose.
It will certainly appear that the condemned man suffered the incident the intended fate.
416. They're just like, let's just pull out all the dirty laundry from this prosecutor. Yeah, no. Let's just make him relieve all his goddamn trauma for no good reason.
He's not having a good time today. He really isn't.
Like, sheesh.
Why did I wake up this morning?
Alright. Hold it! Second one. Is that trophy box for in your museum then?
It is, assuming the subject is dead, of course. Live subjects have to cooperate in a similar way. I have letters from imprisoned criminals all the time, you know.
God. I am being reminded of that one, the fucking words, mad father now.
Oh god.
What sort of letters?
When my time comes, please make waxwork of me.
However you pronounce that.
Começa.
Começa.
Which basically means like that. No! You are fucking with me right now, lady. So she just has a group of groupies who are like, please, please, senpai, make a waxwork of me, uwu. I want to be remembered.
Madam Tuspels, I want to be waxed by you. Wait, what?
I wonder if one of the people we sent to prison is in that group. Like, there's just Shamspeare like, please, dear madam, imprint my visit upon the most glorious of canvases, so that the world will never know the name of Shamspeare.
No.
No, the final criminal from the last game.
Oh, Eggert or Ash.
Yes.
God, that is an interesting image.
I don't think Ashley would. I think Ashley would like die before asking someone to do something like that for him.
My museum is famous, monsieur. To be made into waxwork is an honor, and for some criminals, a symbol of status, even.
Because nothing says hardened criminal better than wax.
Wax.
And also, you know, asking a lady specifically to do work about you. You know, it gives you a very good vibe. Doesn't make you look pathetic at all.
Hey, now they are famous.
And it is thanks to one killer in particular that my museum has gained such popularity in London.
Uh-huh.
I refer to the star of the special exhibit, of course, the professor.
Well, good for you, lady.
Whose form you claim to have captured by taking an impression from the actual corpse.
There are no exceptions to the principles of touch spells.
Alrighty then. The grave digger.
Hold it!
A pixie! What the fuck? Get out of there!
Oh. As Renosuke says, surely that's illegal, right, Pixie?
I turn around and he's like in the second, in like the third cubicle of my shelf, showing himself into the little space there's there. What the fuck is wrong with you?
They saw a little tiny cupboard spot. They can maybe fit in and went, I want to be in there.
And now he's trying to
Martin.
stretch for the door handle. I can't believe this cat.
Matter, look, I have become myself.
Why are you so long?
I love your cats. Holy shit.
Nico's just sleeping on in his little bed over there. He's just chilling. It's just Pixels being a creature.
One of them has to be.
Like Nico is just like very hippie. Probably more than usual since you know lost his balls.
As you do.
Surely that's illegal, isn't it? This is a court of, you know, the law. Are you sure about talking about this, ma'am?
It would seem the proprietors of this repository of novelties was blinded by monetary greed.
And Pixie's back. Oh, please not on the mouse. I need that.
It had nothing to do with money. The man is part of London's criminal history. That is why I had to sculpt it, to record this history. It is the raison d'etre of the Gospel Museum.
Ma'am. Whatever you say. Also, goddammit,
At least they
Pixie.
are dedicated.
Stop trying to play with the mouse. It's not a real mouse. But if the man was convicted in a closed court and sent for immediate execution, then surely nobody but the members of the judiciary present know the killer's true identity.
I assure you, behind that mask is hidden the true face of the professor.
I'm a shapeshifter.
Na 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 na.
Hiding both face and mind. A place for you to thrive. Too much Persona 5.
But it's a lot of Persona 5. It's not nice though.
Everyone here should play Persona 5, or else.
Yes,
very nice.
Play Persona 5 with the strikers.
And then play Persona 2.
Just make sure to ignore the gameplay. You'll be fine.
Just turn off your brain when you're fighting enemies and you'll be fine.
Indubitably.
Do you realize what you're saying? The professor's identity is a national secret.
Well, we seem to be revealing many of those lately. I gotta lose my fucking marbles with this game.
Ryunosuke will leave the England as a wanted criminal.
I understand.
Ryunosuke will somehow create multiple international incidents in England and will not be responsible for any of them.
I understand. I simply do not care. And now that the truth about the special exhibit has been revealed, it must perhaps close.
Of course it will, as will the entire museum if you don't tread very carefully, madame.
That could be another interesting chapter in the history of my family, I think. Don't you?
You are a very odd lady.
Very.
Somehow you're starting to be on par with the puppet engineer. So 10 years ago, on the night of the professor's execution, you took a wax impression of his face from the corpse?
We? Exactamente. There.
I thought it was an English word for a second.
Nah, get friends.
Okay, how do you say this word?
I'm not sure. I think it's like exact amount.
Exact amount. Oui,
Like
exact
the
amount.
problem with French is that it also has pretty flimsy like pronunciation for letters.
Understandable, but
like
you are the
English.
closest link for me. So
Which is harder then, English or French?
French.
Understood.
Combine the complexity on phrases and verbs from Spanish with the absolute non-rules of pronunciation and structure from English. That's French.
What the fuck?
well, technically, I guess it would be combining it with the absolute like lack of rules from Germany.
It's a fucking mess to learn. like there's a phrase that is comprised of like 8 words or so and reduces itself in pronunciation to qu'est-ce que c'est?
What the fuck?
I shall call that word couscous.
Like, it's fucking stupid.
I love language, don't you guys? Gals.
It's why Spanish and Italian people are always like, why is French so weird?
God.
Because you know, Spanish and Italian both have very solid like rules for that kind of stuff, and then suddenly French just comes by like, yes, the E can also be pronounced as E and and U and it's like, God, please.
But you see, we see the rules as merely a suggestion.
E is E.
E is E.
Oh boy. You're there longer than you expected to be?
I had some difficulties in capturing the subject's form correctly. As I removed the mask, the mouth of the cadaver fell open, and I had some problems with the chin.
Usually you keep a thing wrapped around the... I guess they need to put wraps on the head since he was in a mask.
Why she seems so excited about the fact that this messed up like that?
Because she's a goth girl.
But you see, it was very
But
fun to
she's goth in the like peace goth version, not in the modern version.
She likes her work a little bit too much, Neo.
She is goth in the Germanic invaders sense of history. Dare I ask that women can't do anything as a maid? Shut up. Hi, Pixie. Bye, Pixie.
The man had been dead for a short while already, you see.
Uh-huh.
His muscles were relaxing and consequently his chin would not align itself correctly.
Yes. God.
I think I like this woman every second more.
She is
I
a lot
love
of
her,
fun.
but
Oh
holy
my
shit.
god. Also,
I love her. What the fuck?
why is my cat so stupid? He stands in front of the door, I open the door to him, and then he tries to climb back onto my lap. What do you want?
Oh dear, what a horrible thought. Under normal circumstances, I would have an assistant with me. However, that night I was alone. As a consequence, I missed my preferred window of time.
What do you mean?
When I take the impression of the visage of a cadaver, I always wait until 3 hours after death.
Why 3 hours? Is the amount of time significant? Sorry for rigor, yeah.
It is because of rigor mortis.
Wrigley Mortis? Bless.
Bless you, Fiona's.
To be fair, that is a pretty complicated English word.
it is the name given to the phenomenon that occurs in recently deceased bodies. As a rule, 3 hours post-death, the muscles in the body begin to stiffen.
Yep, which is why, animal slaughter has to be done quickly to avoid that from happening before preservation.
By approximately 10 hours post-death, the entire body is completely rigid and inflexible. And then, from that point on, the muscles slowly start to revert to their relaxed state. Wait, hold up. The effect is often used to estimate the time of death when body is discovered.
A body has been discovered!
I can see few problems already.
Why?
Well, you see, if the body was supposed to be like freshly killed, why was the rigor mortis starting to let go?
No, I think she means that she had to do it before the 3 hours.
Could be.
Well, that was an education. If it's not a scary one.
Scary.
I have seen too many corpses to even care at this point. We're also gonna be real. It's just... I'm gonna be real with you guys. The donated bodies for medical study, they're very gross.
Damn.
Because they are usually already they're pretty old, so they are already like partially transformed into corpse wax at that point.
I only deal with living corpses.
Wait, what?
That's a funny way of talking about your patients. But yeah, no, it's like good, like it's the point where skin looks like parchment, and it's all like. It's funny, like seeing the insides of a living person. All right, I can deal with that. Very nice. Seeing someone's body turn into something completely supposed to not be a human body, very uncanny experience.
I don't know how I would deal with the actual corpse, but I think I would probably have the biggest issue with the smell.
I mean, yeah, the smell of formaldehyde is strong as hell, that's for sure.
I assume it is not very pleasant, and I do not know what it smells like.
It is a very dizzying smell and very strong. Many people fall unconscious because of the smell, because it's just a very shocking type of smell.
Oh boy.
In general, like, it's why I also don't understand people who are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna study medicine for money, because it's like, motherfucker, this is a horrifying thing to study. If you want money, do anything else. Like, other than the fact that it's absolutely messed up that you would go and deal with people's lives just because you want money, outside of that whole problem, it's a horrifying career. You're gonna see plenty of corpses. You're gonna see plenty of people in their most private and vulnerable moment. You're gonna see plenty of horrifying things. You're gonna have plenty of anxiety and tension. Why would you subject yourself to that for money?
And then, if you work in the ER, as I think it's called in English, then you are extra fun because you have to deal with actual medical emergencies.
Oh yeah, emergencies are the worst. Like, doctor, this person here is fucking like dying from obstruction to their carotid. Quickly, we need to insert a catheter and blah blah blah. It's like, oh god. Or doctor, 3 patients are going into cardiac arrest. We need to resurrect them quickly. Like, it's not a fun time.
Honestly, I know I couldn't do medicine. I just don't think I could for sure.
And that's the anxiety part of the equation. Then you have the outright depressing part of the equation, which is stuff like neurology and what was it called in English? Fuck, I forgot. You know, the cancer ward.
Hmm.
Like that shit will straight up scar you for life in a much different way. And then there's the surgeons. I think those motherfuckers are unaffected by anything. No, toxicology is about like poisons and stuff. Or venoms. I can't believe I forgot. Oh, oncology, that was it. But yeah, no, like surgeons are the coldest motherfuckers out there. Like I did practices in both the gynecology ward and the on the god neurosurgery ward, and the
Ooh.
stuff they do in those places is goddamn whack.
You know, oddly enough, if I had to be a doctor, I would be a surgeon. Not because of the money, but because I got interested after being, in a heart, in like a heart patient surgery where they can put you in a, they can like, what's the word? They can put you into sleep in anesthesia. Yeah, they can put you in anesthesia there because the heart has to keep pumping normally.
Oh,
Actually, I didn't see anything what they did, but it felt very weird. I'm just kind of curious how they do it.
that reminds me of a super crazy surgery that I learned about recently in in studying medicine lately, where basically they disconnected someone's heart. No, they stopped someone's heart. They connected them to a remote pump, and then they slowly lowered the temperature of the body on to the point where the body was basically in cryostasis,
Ooh.
and then used that to perform like a very dangerous surgery on the brain. I think it was.
Mm.
Like basically they were or they needed to or what or it was something related to like the brain or the heart. I can't remember quite right now, but basically they put them in perfect stasis so that the brain wouldn't be able to die from lack of oxygen for like 30 minutes.
Hmm.
Oh, I remember now. It's okay, it's this very messed up thing where your your main artery, the aorta, I don't know how it's if it's the same name in English or not. Basically the
Mhm.
layers of it peel away,
Ah.
and the peeling reaches up to can reach up to the carotid and stuff. And basically they have to put your brain on stasis so that you don't die from lack of blood flow. And in the meantime, stitch back together your entire main arteries. It's metal as fuck.
Nee.
Sorry, I kind of started nerding out again.
No, nerd out more.
Well, maybe we should move into a line of text that has music.
Ah.
Hi, Spec. Sorry that your friends are interested in such weird stuff.
Oh, my head's weird. I'm the only thing I'm mad about is that I'm queasy. Wow.
Oh, bye.
Pat.
I'm just here shivering because like
The human body is fucked up.
Yeah.
I keep knowing medical people. Like, why is it that like some of my most special people in my life are medical focused?
And
Like, it keeps happening.
and they're all morbidly interested in all the fucked up shit that happens to the body.
Look,
Like,
Spec, to my defense, I just wanted to work in laboratory. I didn't realize that I needed to go to bioanalytics schooling that, the laboratory workers in medicine also go through.
Well,
I,
yeah.
like all I can think about right now is the time I saw my friend post a video of like a live extraction of a living person's heart and brain, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. So like extraction for like a surgery or for like an actual transplant and stuff or for
I don't
research.
know. I was too squeezy to remember why.
But yeah, no. If you are extracting someone's organs, be it for because they're being donated for science or because they are being given to uh actual transplants, you have to extract them while the person is still medically dead but not fully dead, basically.
Yeah, just like I'm the opposite where I'm like, oh yeah, it's a dead thing. I'm fine with that. Oh, if it's a living thing in some way, I just go, no, 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 no.
As the mother muscle says, rigor mortis commences 3 hours after death, and it starts in the jaw.
That we were stabbing his jaw with that pick.
I see. So that's why you wait. Before that time, the mouth falls open, and it is very difficult to do my work.
So yes, you had to do it early, and because of that, the jaw was loose. Oh, it's getting hard for me to do my work with all this talk of corpses. Hey, Speg, look, you're same since with our Naruhodo again.
I mean, I am in the same bloodline, so yeah, makes sense.
To be fair, Ryonosuke has definitely seen way less corpses than Phoenix.
Woo!
I will say, in retrospective, Phoenix has one of the harshest lives as a lawyer in the entire legal system. He's the only one that keeps seeing the goddamn corpses. I wonder what about that information, of course, just heard from Madame Taspel. The information about rigor mortis that you just shared with us. Would you mind including it in your formal testimony? Well, it could be significant, you see.
Sorry, I was drinking. Of course, I do not mind at all. I can't help feeling that after this latest topic, the atmosphere in the courtroom has become extremely grave.
God fucking...
Did she just fucking pun?
She actually just made a fucking pun.
Alright, I feel better now. Thanks, Susato.
Thank you, Susato. You're lovely. It is no time for jokes, Miss Susato.
No, this
I disagree. It's always time for jokes. That's how doctors cope.
Jokes, jokes, jokes.
Madame, kindly amend your testimony discussed.
Bien sûr.
Bien, sir.
This is... I'm sorry you had to get the French.
Hold it!
Rigor mortis begins being the phenomenon you described whereby the corpse becomes stiffened after death. I think you said that it starts at the jaw about 3 hours post-death. Is that right?
Oui, Seska. Of course, the exact duration depends a little on the season.
Little pro tip, if the C has the little thing at the bottom, pronounce it like an S.
Siesta.
Sessa.
Sessa.
Caesar!
I didn't realize a wax artisan would be so well versed in the subject. It's like, whatever you think my wax is made of.
Oh? No. It is only elementary knowledge in the field of legal medicine.
Well, I had no idea about it, but maybe I won't admit to my ignorance about forensic science. To be fair, your country doesn't even have forensic science, so I wouldn't blame you.
I could ask my father to give you a very simple primer if you like.
Oh hey, more study material. I think corpses should be your domain. I'm not good with them.
Oh dear, I'll do my very best.
Keep an apple on handfuls in case of some doctors. well, unluckily for you, Neo, I love apples.
Hold it!
You say that dawn was approaching. What was the time of day then? Approximately?
Well, I could not say. But when I left the cemetery with my utensils and wraps, the morning light was becoming visible.
The execution took place on the 17th June, which had the earliest sunrise of that year.
You are too strong.
It did indeed. First light would have been around 4:40 in the morning.
Jesus, you guys have some early ass mornings. Ours don't go like beyond 6.
To be fair, in summer here, you have barely like nights where the sun sets at all.
Ah, yeah, the good old north.
And then consequently, the winter you barely have days when the sun rises at all.
Well, Neo, to be fair, there is Blade, who is a vampire that can exist in the sun, so close enough. I really is early.
The fact is, I had very little time, so I finished my work in half an hour.
You are the Blade of doctors. I wish I was as cool as Blade.
It was necessary to complete the impression and bury the body before daybreak, of course.
You know, I can just leave a mess behind.
If somebody had discovered me there, I would have been a catastrophe, so I had to hurry.
I do not like how you started stepping that faster.
She's like, that will be no good. That's no good, says while holding a corpse.
Yeah.
Is it me or does Mr. Sean seem to be taking shape more quickly now too?
You certainly appear to go to extraordinary lengths for your work, madame.
I wonder, is what she said just particularly significant? Yes. Madame, those details about how long it took you to complete the sculpture and the early sunrise, could you include them in your testimony? I believe they may be significant.
Of course, if you would like me to. You're quite right, Mr. Naruto. It is intriguing.
Yeah, because didn't Trevor find the body in the night after the execution? That would be a bit of an incongruence.
Do we have an autopsy or something that we could check?
Well, we have a few things. First off, we have this.
Before we continue, I have a question. How many spots in are we on pressing again?
We are the last one.
Wait, we did the last one?
Yeah, and we're gonna get an extra one now because of what we just did.
Okay. I was making sure. I was making sure we have everything or not. So we have. Okay.
Yeah, death was by hanging confirmed at midnight. So yes, he got hanged instantly. She came in like a little squirrel to work on the corpse.
Squirrel, okay.
And then according to this, let's see. On the night of that foul demon's execution, the newly entered Professor forced off his grave cover as he clothed free of the earth. So yeah, no, it's the same night of the execution.
So and what does our autopsy again say?
The autopsy says that he was executed at midnight. So yeah, there's very fucky things here. Because if she was working on the waxwork from night to dawn, how did Trevor find the corpse coming out of the grave in the middle of the night of the execution?
So we gotta do something with the autopsy then, right? The report.
Probably.
Okay, you guys have to figure this out on your own, because I checked the guide just in case.
Sunrise at 4 in the morning would be absolutely unimaginable at home, wouldn't it?
That's not quite what I mean by significant.
Kindly amend your formal testimony then, madame.
With pleasure, my lord.
Finished my work in a half hour before sunrise, and I left as soon as the corpse was interred. So yeah, no, the corpse was interred half hour before sunrise.
What's the other statements we have right now?
It took me a very long time because it was the onset of rigor mortis. And since the day of the review there, the impression of the business was taken directly from the corpse. The specific of the House of Horror is based on a rumor that shook the society in London.
Before I give my opinion... Hold it! are you thinking so far?
I think of presenting the newspaper to the last statement.
Okay.
Did you have reason to believe you might be discovered once the sun came up or something?
I had paid the gravedigger money to keep my little secret, of course. But with the morning light, I knew that the warden from the prison would commence his patrol of the area.
Couldn't you just have paid off the warden too then?
I had already paid the gravedigger, as I said. You cannot buy the silence of everyone, or the secret is no longer a secret, huh?
The sunrise was at 4:40 a.m. that day.
Alright, it's 4:40. Let's see. Do they say anything about the time? On the night? Yeah, so it's on. They say it's on during the night. They don't specify an hour.
Yeah.
Which means that it would have been around 4 when you began your sculpting work.
That must be correct. That would be when Gravedigger gave me the signal to come out of hiding.
Wait, so... Alright, so now we have two problems. Great! I don't know what to use.
I have.
So that's
No,
all I
I'll
have
wait
to
for
go
this
on.
Oh wait.
Spec, did you have a feeling?
I won't wait until this part's done.
Say it now.
No, I wait till after this moment.
But you forget if I go
Just
on.
read the goddamn lightsaber!
When I
What's
say
your-
read the fucking line, I want you to read the fucking line.
What's your feeling, Mr. Naruto?
For some reason, Dr. Sid went along with Dr. Trevor's plan. Now, if that's really true, the professor is the only one thing that we know of that links the pair of them. So I feel sure that waxwork must be a clue to this mystery somehow.
In that case, we must use his cross-examination to uncover that exactly what it means. Otherwise, the jurors are sure to revert their leanings, and the trial will be over.
I agree, but interestingly, according what the professor has to do with all this, means more to Lord Van Six than anyone. That's the impression I'm getting anyway.
Yes, as do I.
After all, he has a profound connection to the professor as well. Oh boy!
So
Okay.
okay.
So now we have two problems.
Okay, well first express what the problems are you're thinking of, eh?
Van Six just confirmed that she started working at 4 AM. Which means that would have been 4 hours after his death. And yet somehow he didn't have rigor mortis. And on the other hand, she worked on the corpse half an hour before sunrise, but somehow that didn't clash with what Trevor saw.
So Spec,
Our current objective is to focus on trying to get the girl involved in this, right?
Yeah, our current objective is to get Side and Trevor connected.
Then we should focus on the autopsy report, and then see what that can align with.
Alright.
And that feels like that aligns with the fourth statement the most, I believe, since it's the most medically focused with the rigor mortis.
Yeah, okay, our hunch was right. Perfect.
Process elimination dictates that as our that's why I was thinking like, okay, this is a lot, so let's focus on the first immediate thing.
Yeah, like
Is our focus, do that.
it was either newspaper with last or autopsy with the fourth, so yeah.
The thing is, the newspaper focuses less on the medical report, and that means that's less focus on our current objective, which means that newspaper thing might come later. This is what we need to focus on now, though.
Madame Taspels, I have here an autopsy report that was filed 10 years ago now. Confirms the death of the professor following his execution at the gallows.
And Is that a problem?
I believe it is, because your testimony and a particular detail in the report completely contradict one another.
What?
Are you going to explain yourself, my Nipponese friend?
I'm having a lot of trauma right now.
According to her testimony, Madame Taspels was creating her wax impression just before dawn. And at the time, rigor mortis had not yet set in. Am I correct so far, Madame?
You are? Yes. As I said, the stiffening of the jaw is the first sign of rigor mortis, 2 to 3 hours after death. But the man's chin was limp, so he cannot have been dead for a long time.
But on the other hand, if you look at Dr. Side's report, the clearly states the following. Death by hanging confirmed at midnight, 17th June.
No!
If the professor indeed died at midnight that day, then by the time you were sculpting his face, rigor mortis would already have set in.
Oui, yes, you're right. The chin, it would have been completely stiff.
Oh boy. This reminds me of those situations where a patient is considered to be dead and then they fucking revive in the middle of autopsy.
Ay.
In other words, this report is wrong.
Objection!
No coroner makes mistakes when recording the time of death. The very idea is absurd.
In that case, there is only one possible conclusion. The execution didn't actually take place at the stated time. Oh boy.
Oh, fucking hell.
Impossible!
Order! Council, this is beyond folly. Not only do you indicate the author of the report, Dr. Side, but you also implicate members of the staff at Barclay Prison where the execution took place. By heck! Objection!
Not in my day.
My learned friend appears to have overlooked one very crucial fact.
What fact?
The professor died that night, without question.
He did. Of course he did. I moved the man's limp jaw with my own hands. There was no...
Yes, the professor died that night. What if he didn't die at the gallows?
Didn't die at... Are you insane?
Yeah.
What exactly are you suggesting did happen in that case?
Pew pew!
Pew pew.
It's almost impossible to believe, but it would explain the link between Dr. Side and Professor, and that one other person of interest. So yeah, that would mean that Drever was basically a witness to the mess up of the prison and Dr. Side. Unless Dr. Side purposefully tried to act like the professor didn't die for whatever reason.
As the British say, in for a penny, in for a pound.
I never understood what that saying meant. So I have evidence that will explain exactly what ends this thing happened that night.
Council, protect the evidence at once. The evidence that all it's spelling is what really happened that night of Professor execution. I guess the newspaper?
Yes, he's right. What happened that night is written very plainly in this newspaper article. Executed criminal returns in the dead of night at local cemetery.
You are suggesting it was a corpse coming back from the dead now.
Well, if this article is to be believed, yes. The professor, assumed dead following his execution, emerged from his grave and was killed again.
Objection!
Objection! Don't be a fool. That's simply a rumor published by the gutter press.
Can you be certain of that?
Are you serious?
The point is,
unfortunately,
as the article says, there was a witness to what happened.
My word, yes indeed!
Masui, the young man who stole the cemetery by chance.
Objection!
Of course there was a witness. The story didn't write itself, but obviously the man made it all up.
In any case, this was 10 years ago now. There would surely be no hope of finding him.
Objection! On the contrary, my lord, we all know this witness well.
What?
Are you suggesting, counsel, that you've identified the person in question? That you know who claims to have seen these other incredible events take place?
Yes, my lord. In fact, you could say that he is right here, before my very eyes. The professor's so nice we killed them twice. God.
You substantiate your latest claim now then, counsel. Who is the alleged witness of this staggering scene from the cemetery 10 years ago?
This cool-ass man. The man in question is Mr. Enoch Trevor.
Draper?
The previous witness?
Still exhibiting in the House of Horrors of Madame Tussauds Museum of Waxwork, recreates the decade-old scene in great detail. The condemned criminal emerging from the grave, and beside the tomb, a young man with a lantern stumbling upon the terrifying sight. And that young man is a 10-year younger Mr. Enoch Trevor.
Look at that face.
Order! Surely not, counsel.
Draper was there in Lowgate Cemetery.
He's about to drag his ass.
Oh.
What is all this talk about Mr. Draper? Is the name significant?
Of course, Madame Tussauds doesn't know, does she?
Does he knows that?
Yes, extremely significant, Madame. To your situation as well, in fact.
What situation?
The theft of the Professor Waxwork from your museum some days ago was perpetrated by the very same man.
No. But that would mean...
Madame Tussauds. It would appear you know the name, Enoch Trevor.
Yes, I know it. But from long ago in the past.
What?
Oh my!
Good gracious!
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you
God,
know.
how is had some tea and cookies right now? This is some good drama.
Yes, of course.
Oh boy.
The story of a young man and the terrible sight he witnessed in the cemetery 10 years ago was published in every single newspaper in London and throughout Great Britain. However, in all of the articles, the witness was simply described as a certain young man. No details were published about his identity. His name was never revealed.
And yet the one written by Asman did have his name.
That is, apart from in one newspaper. The Daily Circus. It is the paper from which comes the article I have already shown the court.
You're saying that his full name was only publicized in that article?
Goodness me, yes, here it is! The university student who experienced this shocking event is Mr. Enoch Trevor, a disciple of science at the University of London, and a resident of its student dorms.
Unbelievable!
Fucking hell.
When I read the article, I went to meet with the man. His discovery of the condemned criminal coming back to life in the cemetery in the dead of night would make a perfect exhibit from a House of Horrors, whether it was the truth or not.
I see, so you went to meet Mr. Trevor in order to stop a watchful of the man, did you?
Exactly. He was studying science at the University of London in those days. He was just a poor student. I paid him £5 to model the waxwork.
That was fucking bullshit. I was worth more than that.
You know, I think I need BRB. I think I need something sweet for this.
Alright, go ahead.
Kids, this is why you never reveal names in newspapers.
So I give you £5 to let me sculpt your face. Honk. Go on.
Hey, if I wanna know something,
Yeah?
in the guide where I'm going, through this last trial, and this last trial is 1 page. We are through like 1/4 of it.
God. To be fair, we got distracted a lot by talking about corpses.
But it was fun talk.
Yeah!
Fun times with corpses.
But yeah, like I was saying, surgeons are cold motherfuckers. Like, the stuff I've seen in the surgery room is would make any lesser person probably faint.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. Seeing entire organs being ripped out of people is never a nice sight. And I saw a lot of those while I was in the obstetrician surgery room.
Damn.
Because, many women need to have their uterus removed for certain medical reasons, or just because they want to. I didn't expect you to return so soon.
Hey, Spec, I think you need a scared ex-person.
I do.
I expect you to show me.
There you go.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't expect to catch you while talking about the bloodier details.
What did I walk in on?
I was talking about my experiences in the surgery room. Since, I was both in the obstetrician surgery, for women's genitalia, and in the neurosurgery. Both very gruesome, especially because one of the days we didn't have any of those surgeries scheduled, and instead I was there for an amputation surgery.
Amputation of what?
Someone getting their leg chopped off
Oh.
from the thigh down.
You can't see it, but I'm processing. Well, you know what? You're welcome to continue.
Yippee! I'll give you £5 to shut the fuck up.
I'm doing something. Salty licorice. It goes well with surgery.
Blech.
And since that time, it has been in my museum to recreate the scene of terror from the cemetery.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Bro is flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted.
So, 10 years ago, a young man appealed to the public about an extraordinary event he witnessed. A criminal who had been put to death, re-emerging from his grave in the middle of the night. But the public treated his claim as nothing more than an amusing anecdote, that was soon forgotten. 10 years later, the same man steals a waxwork model to the executed criminal, ostensibly to use as a polydouble for the victim in the case we're discussing here today. And the waxwork's build is a poor match for the victim, and its face is obscured by a mask. So the question is, why would the man do such a thing? Which brings us to 3 days ago, when the bird case crashed into the crystal tower. The bird case had in fact contained not the body of Mr. Asman, but that same waxwork. The coroner from Scotland Yard who investigated Dr. Side would have noticed immediately. And yet she submitted this autopsy report for the victim, which the court has seen earlier. Why?
Because the waxwork was that of the professor. Is that what you are saying?
Dr. Sida put her name to a document confirming the death of a condemned criminal who was still alive. Criminal whose apparent resurrection was witnessed by Mr. Drebber. But the misconduct was a deadly secret the coroner would do anything to protect. Which is precisely why Mr. Drebber used a particular wax for a body double. God, Ryunosuke, you are a master at connecting things together somehow. Like, you know, we arrived to a similar conclusion ourselves, but still, putting it into words it sounds so absurd.
Everything's absurd in this fucking.
It's like Mr. River knew that the coroner would be sent, so he made the body double be her arch nemesis. My lord, this court must summon Dr. Sida to the stand. The defense is determined to find out exactly how the coroner and Mr. Trevor are connected.
Well, according to the missive I received this morning to the prosecutor's office, Dr. Sida is unable to participate in these proceedings. It's not the case.
She thought us so. She thought us so herself, didn't she?
I think Faye was this one.
Lord Van Six won't be summoning me as a witness. Lord Strongheart has forbidden it. The fucking Strongheart? The Pandora's box you were warned about? This professor case. But please don't make the mistake of thinking you'll get any information about it out of me. Well... something happened on the night of that killer's execution 10 years ago. I'm sure nobody would want to get to the bottom of that more than Lord Van Six.
At least I hope that one was your voice, because it was either me or you, because I think Spec was the little one. The prosecution calls for the instructions in that missive to be scrapped.
we are tugging at his heartstrings like so hard right now.
I regret all of my life choices.
That man is now thirsting for justice.
But Lord Van Six! This was issued from the Lord Chief of Justice's office.
Objection!
Give me a second.
Yep. Hi Nico, how you doing?
I think this is the point when our myth and legend decided to stop giving a shit.
I have decided to go ape shit.
The assigned prosecutor has the final say on policy in any particular trial.
Kazuma was like, what is even happening in this trial? Are all trials in this place like this?
The amnesia Kazuma there. You know, I have never been in a trial, but somehow this feels familiar.
This bullshit, I can taste it.
I can sense some bullshit today occurring.
In other words, me.
Yes!
Let Enoch, Trepper and Dr. Side both take stand together.
Oh boy.
He went, I will do it this way.
He is not taking shit from anyone right now.
You know what this means? He is you know what this means? He is gonna get in fucking trouble later, isn't he?
Also, I'm gonna have to voice both of them.
Oh god. And I'm just here existing going.
There is no Iris this time.
I'm literally just completely vacated out of this entire chapter, mostly, except for like the one part where Iris
I
was
love how
around.
we're like, oh, let's give a bunch of NPCs to spec that they are going into the trial. And then suddenly all those NPCs leave and it's back to the characters I picked. For some fucking reason.
You literally picked every important character, apparently.
Oi, to be fair, I have been voicing the 3 characters for the last, 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Very well, I will uphold your request.
be fair, Saber, I think Saber has been literally voicing like 60, almost as much as you have, if not more, on the last 2 to 3 streams, and I just been here going, "This is nice, I guess."
We gave you 2 of the biggest like main characters, and then they completely abandoned this case.
Yeah, and the characters y'all decide to take end up being the main characters for this part.
It's like, yes, Spec is Iris and Shomes. He is tough already with that. Nope.
Nope. Apparently it wasn't enough.
Instead we have Gina, Gregson, Enoch, Side, all my characters. Let's go.
Like, unless fucking Cosmo starts doing shit in his fucking edgy amnesia state, I don't think I'm gonna be doing much here.
No, we are not 100% sure they are Kazuma.
Bailiff, send a subpoena to the immediate effect. Arrest Dr. Sid of the forensic investigation team. No one is compelled to attend Her Majesty's orders.
That man in that cloak isn't fucking Kazuma. I will literally just cancel a stream and go and fucking stream X-Ray 2 this week.
I will eat my cat if that is not Kazuma.
Which one?
The one who is closest to me at the moment when it is revealed.
So Pixie usually.
Well, right now it's Nico.
No.
Nico's gonna wake up one and be like, "Where did Pixie go?" Oh well, I'm.
Oh no, if Pixie was to be gone, Nico would actually get absolutely traumatized. He's such a clingy baby.
The slow zoom in on his face help.
Actually, I'm trying to think, did they reveal that they are Kazuma, or did the characters just go, yeah, that's 100%?
I mean, he literally spoke to them and they were like, that is definitely Kazuma.
Okay. Basically, literally every character that knows Kazuma personally went, okay, that's 100% fucking Kazuma. It's not technically revealed it's Kazuma, which could be red herring, but literally, both Ryunosuke and Sato were like, that's just Kazuma. And they're like, yeah.
And,
no, that's fucking Kazuma.
And, he spoke to them, so they would have recognized his voice.
Yeah, I was just trying to think if they have revealed his face yet.
Like, the thing is, like, literally, even they had a moment where they're like, yeah, I'm not crazy, right? You totally felt that too? Yeah, that's just Kazuma. Yeah, I know, right? Like, they had a moment like that where they're like, they're both dumbfounded.
Yeah, I saw his headband fluttering in that cape.
It's like, no, I can see the cape doing the wind thing. He's totally anime.
Finally, our Edgeworth boy is back. All is good. Alright, then Enoch, Trevor, and Dr. Side. If they weren't colluding with one another, this crime could never have been committed. Just stones thrown away, I can feel it. The truth behind all of this is about to come out. We just need to go like half of the list.
Remind me. So the lady wasn't supposed to be part.
What a
Oh
group.
god, why are you still here?
Hey, I don't get to be voicing all the time. The people.
So remind me. So the reason she wasn't partaking in all that was because she literally had orders from Strongheart not to do shit.
Lord Strongheart, literally.
Which means Van Z's might get in trouble after this.
Maybe, which means that Kazuma may be the next prosecutor.
I was gonna say, which means that means when Cosmo's gonna step the fuck up, be like, all right, I guess I have to be a prosecutor now. Will I have a significant role other than crazy and crazier?
Oh god, I just realized something.
What?
The Boimpoto has symbols on the front, which is just a Grim Reaper with 2 sides.
What? Oh yeah. Oh,
The what?
Look at his wine bottle and look at the image on it. It's
it's a Green Reaper with 2 sides.
I never noticed that. I'm gonna be honest.
Hi,
what
Neo.
fucking wine do you drink?
It's literally Ace in his own home. We saw that.
This man has an image to uphold.
I know, but I didn't realize he had his own fucking little insignia on there, like a literal reaper.
Of course, he would hire a personal glass blower to make his bottles.
Ah, yes, my own very true.
So no wonder he breaks them all the time. It's his. He just likes to break them.
Well, he has his whole fucking batch of them and bottles that do stuff filled with them.
Why do why is it weird? I half believe he just fills them up with like dyed water so he can throw them for more style.
No, I believe it's right now because the man literally also has bats in his own goddamn office.
Like, this man is stupid rich.
This man is the richest fucking prosecutor I think ever.
He's not just rich, he's living up to his own imago.
Yeah, no, like he has a style and he's sticking to it. I appreciate that.
The more Van Seeks is on screen, the more you be like him, and that's the fun part. The more he exists, the more he's just like, all right.
He's a very slow burn of a prosecutor, but yeah, you warm up to him a lot.
You know what he is? He's an acquired taste of a character.
One Karma wishes he was this stylish.
Mon Karma wishes he had any style. Instead, he just acts like the average Republican.
Fuck Karma.
Thank you for your attendance at such short notice, Dr. Sight.
I mean that he's a slow burn in the fact that it takes a while for him to fully be realized as a character that you can enjoy.
Also, slow burn is not a negative term.
It's not a negative, it's literally a positive. It means that he's slow to like.
It means that it means typically you will not enjoy the story / character immediately to an immense degree, but recognize that as the time goes on, you realize the development is very well made, and you realize, yes, he's made on that way intentionally, and it's really good.
Which is another reason why Chapter 2 of this game sucks ass, because they make you go back to an earlier part of that slow burn.
Yeah, so you literally like, alright, slow burn, okay, we're ramping up. Oh, wait, hold up, take 3 steps down the stairs real fast. Okay, stay there for an hour.
What was important in the second case again? Besides,
literally the color that is revealed at the end of the goddamn after the trial.
Literally, the trial doesn't fucking matter. It was just
the trial is just set dressing for why they find the color.
It was literally filler. It was a filler episode.
It's fucking crazy.
We got chapter 2 was Goku and Piccolo driving cars.
Boy, that's a great episode.
It was fun. I won't like again. It was fun. It's just what did not fucking matter at the end of the day beyond that one little thing.
Also, I will apologize if my voice keeps in. It's not giving it yet, but I can feel my words a little bit starting to slur.
Pat. The next is starting to go something to know more about it. I feel like you're not understanding what we mean. Whatever.
Hey, Saber, if it helps, maybe you should read the words slightly slower. To help with your voice, like the word slurring together.
Just like a little bit when I'm trying to read. I don't think slow burn means that, Neo.
I'm not being good as a prosecutor. I mean likable. Like the first few trials, he's literally just throwing constantly racism at Ryunosuke.
He is a dislikable character at first, and then you gradually go into liking him. That is a slow burn.
Yeah. Also, I think I read this line.
Did you? I don't know.
They did. I can remember.
I'm disappointed in you, Lord Van Six. You've completely betrayed the agreed policy of both Scotland Yard and the prosecutor's office.
I don't think he cares.
Betrayal is not in my nature, as long as the truth isn't compromised.
I reveal the myriad of truths, Dr. Side.
Vanting's really is just lawful neutral. He has his own fucking rules, and he will fucking go abide by them no matter the fuck what it happens.
Yeah, Neo, I'm not saying I didn't like Van Six before. I'm saying that he wasn't a likable character before, and then he's only slow burned into being both a cool prosecutor and a likable character.
If there's even a hint of wrongdoing, then no matter whom it concerns or disgruntled, I will pursue the matter to the bitter end, as would any prosecutor worth his salt.
I do really like Van Six as a character from like the last case of the last game for Onward. Like you really get to see his true colors from there. Because
Oh, yeah,
before
no,
that he
and,
just
like-
seems like a stuck-up jerk that is constantly trying to prove himself right. But then you realize like, no, he just has a true conviction on what is the truth, and and a very
Also-
unshakable will.
Also, a lot of personality probably comes to the fact he has to deal with the fucking English. And let's be honest here, I think you kind of need that kind of personality to actually get through their fucking thick skulls, as we've kind of noticed.
Yeah, and,
Like-
and he has seen just how treacherous people can be around him, so it makes sense that he basically only trusts his own judgment on things at this point.
And yet to this day, he still has an odd amount of trust in the people that are just randomly put into these places. Like he does put a lot of trust into strangers who take up the stand on these things, and then he gets so upset the moment he finds out they are bullshitting. He's like, oh hell no.
Yeah, no, like he puts trust in Scotland Yard and the people they bring as witnesses because that is the system. That is the only thing he can believe in.
Which is so interesting that this character of all people actually like trusts in that like immensely. Like it's fun.
It's basically a more extreme version of what Edgeworth has, where he goes to his case full on because he trusts in Gumshoe and the rest of the police of the city.
He is very Edgeworth like, yeah, in that regard. Yeah, I agree, Neo.
Except that
but, like, again,
Band 6 Trust has a little more substance than Edgeworth's because we all know how Gumshoe is.
Yeah, I was about to say that I don't know if that's what necessarily trust his Gumshoe to do
Well,
the best of work. He just trusts him to do the best of work he can do.
Well, yeah, but they still have a very good relationship of trust, even if Edgeworth is constantly bonking Gumshoe for being an incompetent buffoon.
I like that buffoon.
And you have to admire a man who can live on negative pay.
Gumshoe is certainly an example of someone who does a job out of like personal passion.
That man being alive is a fucking miracle, I'll be honest.
I miss doing Gumshoe's boys. I miss doing his silly little himbo boys.
Maybe that's why he doesn't appear in modern games, because you cannot. He's already paying to do work. What more can you do?
I do wish Gumshoe was in the modern trilogy. I miss him.
I also miss them. But we did have a great one in the first modern game.
Papa, it's fine. We'll get back to 2 at some point where you can be Gumshoe again.
Mr. Drebber, you took the victim's life by means of a machine that you constructed in your workshop. And Dr. Side, as investigation coroner, you were the first on the scene to examine the victim's body. It is a belief of the defense that you collaborated with each other and were both complicit in this crime. How far have you guys gone in the mainline games? Well, if you remember my streams, I have done up till Dual Destinies, and I pretty much know all the plot of Spirit of Justice.
I still
Saber?
want to keep Breeze of Justice played.
And then there's me, who is
In the middle of 2.
I'm middle of 2, but yeah, also here in Great Ace Attorney. So like, I'm all over the place.
Well, to be fair, Great Ace
used-
Attorney is completely disconnected, so it's fine.
I used to
Yeah.
have Spirit of Justice on my 3DS before my 3DS gave up its life.
Dual Destinies is very good. Honestly, all of the Ace Attorney games are very good in their own right. I have no complaints with any of them.
It's just my only problem is Great Ace Attorney is so good. I just don't want to go back to 2 right now because Great Ace Attorney is so good.
Yeah, we also know that you are not good with this one of those but
Reading every single line hurts. It starts to drain on me within like the first hour, and by the end of the hour, I'm like, all right, I'm tired of it already.
Which is why I may be the one who has to stream Ace Attorney 3.
And then one day Spirit of Justice. Woohoo.
Well, I will probably have to replay the whole trilogy to show spec. So yeah.
I still rate Spirit of Justice more highly than Dual Destinies personally, even though both of them are great games.
I am not one for rating because it's like, in what range do I compare one with the other? In most cases, they are completely different in their themes.
I just go with where my gut tells me. My gut tells me I like this one more, so that's the one I like more. Simple.
Like, I have no way to compare Apollo Justice with any of the other games, because that game is the wildest fucking shift in the entire series.
to be fair, calling it the Justice Eulogy is kind of a stretch considering how much earlier the Apollo Justice came compared to the other two.
Yeah, no, Apologies is like, I'm a baby DS game, meanwhile the other two in the 3DS like, hello.
Let us flex on 3D.
Kinda reminds me of the second Professor Layton trilogy, that the first game of that second trilogy is in the DS, while the other two are also in the 3DS.
God.
The other two Saturn games came and were like, hello, let us flex our 3D models on you, Apollo Justice.
God, to be fair, the pixel art in Apollo Justice was stellar.
It was stellar.
Though I will not miss having to play that game on a goddamn emulator. Do you remember how much of a mess was playing with the music? God.
Yeah. Though I will say, especially after Dual Destinies, when they really started to get the hang of how to use the 3D models, it's just so beautiful, as you can see in this game.
Yeah, no, like the work with the 3D models is absolutely stellar from Dual Destinies. Like Dual Destinies is the first game they made in 3D. It's already so good looking. It's crazy.
Even though it has little hiccups here and there, but they've already got it down pretty well.
I mean, yeah, look at this game. Like, look at this lady.
Look at that statue still going on the right.
And where is your evidence? At present, we have no definitive evidence, but we do have a very significant clue. What are you talking about? I'm talking, of course, about the waxwork. Hello. This model of the killer known as Professor, who was sentenced to death 10 years ago. You don't need to tell me. I witnessed the mass execution with my own eyes and officially pronounced him dead. It remains to be seen. Is that so? According to newspaper reports from the time, on the night following his execution, the killer came back to life. Tch, don't waste my time. Are you sole witness to that mysterious event? Was you, Mr. Drebber, wasn't it? True, it will still scroll this so this one could work. God damn it. I'm throwing you down the tube, Neo. If what you saw in the graveyard that night 10 years ago wasn't some chilling fiction but reality, it would make you privy to a very great secret of Dr. Sides. Secret so profound it could compel the coroner to agree to collaborate in your evil scheme, in fact.
You know, I have to question just something.
Yeah?
Seeing how long this second game has already been, how the hell was all this supposed to fit into one game?
I mean, I guess it's kind of the same as with some Souls games and stuff, where they're like, we have all these ideas, but we don't have enough time.
Like, all the respect to Shoot Takumi, but I cannot see all of this fitting into one goddamn game.
Hey, where there is a will, there's a way. Mr. Drebber, tell the court. Tell everyone the truth of what you saw in the night in Lowgate Cemetery. So it was this dude who saw it, oh my god! You can see there's resemblance actually, can't you? With the man in the Madame Gospels, I mean... Jerry is not going to claim that's really what he saw, especially not after all these years. He was a research student and honestly in London. I need to clarify something good if you ask me. Guh. What an interesting twist.
Of events.
When at the time, not one person would take me seriously. Yet now here we are, 10 years later, and suddenly my story matters, and in a court of law too.
And your mechanical armor.
Very
Please
well
don't look at me.
then, if everyone so wishes.
I'm not here.
If Saber wishes, I will tell the truth.
No.
Let's be frank. I'll tell you the truth of what happened that night, for what it's worth.
So, Mr. Drebber, your testimony, please, about the events of that night 10 years ago. You will tell the court exactly what you stumbled across in Lowgate Cemetery?
Yes, of course, as you wish. The way his words are colored is so odd. In the cemetery 10 years earlier. The reason I was in Lowgate Cemetery at all 10 years ago was for a spot for moonlighting, shall we say. Yes, the illustration in that newspaper article was based on what I witnessed at night. But thinking back now, I realized that I never actually saw the professor. Soon afterward, I was visited by a young woman who sculpted a model of me from wax. Then I gave up on my dream of becoming a scientist. And it was all because of that newspaper article. Huh.
What are you looking at? Sorry.
No, I was just checking if his highlighted words had anything special about them.
Oh, okay.
Because the highlighting is, it's like, his inflection is so weird. Wait a minute, you're claiming you didn't actually see the professor now? Of course, you have to have a screw loose if you believe that corpse could come back from the dead. But, so, you're saying this article is not worth the paper it's printed on? I think that would describe it perfectly, yes. Ah!
To be honest with you, you should be used to this by now.
If the details in the article aren't true, it nullifies your argument for why Mr. Trepper and Dr. Sight would have been working together.
So he's discrediting himself to reveal my argument? Give me a second.
Also, be honest, okay, this is the man who tried to bomb us from, from the living books.
Hey, don't worry about that part.
Tell me, witness. You claim to have been in the cemetery on some auxiliary business. Can you elaborate?
That's right, grave robbing, to be precise. As you know, Lowgate Cemetery is at the rear of Barclay Prison. So among students at the university, it had a reputation for being haunted by the ghosts of condemned convicts.
Good grave robbing, you say?
Yes, exhuming fresh corpses to sell is reasonably lucrative. Of course, I never laid a finger on any valuables buried with the dead.
So, you were one of the so-called resurrectionists. A particularly unpleasant scourge on society.
So he said he had to give up on science because of that article, and that article was written by Aspan. I see.
And this is why you'd never reveal any names on newspapers.
Because the person whose name you reveal may come back 10 years later to murder you.
Especially if you happen to ruin their life with the article.
Gosh darn it.
Actually, my fellows and I went by another name. The Repurposers.
That is quite beyond the pale. You would invite demand retribution, sir.
Yes, well, I think I suffer retribution enough. The Daily Circus eventually unearthed my name and put it in print. It caused me a great many headaches. In the end, I had to leave the university. That was the only paper with the backpage to identify me unambiguously, and my dad. I see.
Out of interest, who drew the illustration for this article?
Ah, yes, that was the reporter who exposed me. He sketched that right in front of me as I described the scene. Obviously, as time ticked on, I bitterly regretted what I'd done. Claiming to have seen something I never truly saw. Foolish. Very foolish. Cancel culture strikes again!
Well, counsel for the defense, you may proceed to the cross-examination now.
At once, my lord. Oh boy, by moonlighting you mean grave robbing, do you? Surely you only need to look at the graveyard scene and my appearance to gauge the answer to that.
The lantern and the spade.
My man was really like oopie doopie doo, time to sell some corpses. Oh, what's this, the professor? Yoink! Ah! But who on earth would want to buy a dead body? Any major hospital. A hospital? In order to better understand the human body, the study of anatomy is crucial to medical science. Okay, you're just being normal.
Yes.
Making sure is just the first time that someone was doing something sneaky on the offside. As she was out of the screen.
Gotta keep an eye out.
Hello, I'm just being normal here. That's my view.
But there isn't a hospital in the world that has enough specimens to work with. Though obviously they can't openly express an interest in obtaining more by dubious means. As aspiring scientists, we young research students have no money to work with, as I'm sure you can imagine. So we made surreptitious arrangements with the hospital via some of our medical student acquaintances. We would never take anything of value from the graves. This was all for the furtherance of science, you see. That's what we told ourselves every time we stole into the graveyard at night, spade in hand.
You realize body snatching is a serious crime. If you were caught, you could expect the gravest of consequences.
We students were caught between the hammer and the anvil. We needed funds for research. Professor Harebrained said exactly the same.
I'm quite speechless at the apparent levity with which you reveal this abhorrent behavior.
Money is the root of all
Oh,
evil.
he has gone into stand-on position. Well, if you want to know why I was there at Lowgate Cemetery, that's the reason. But I never expected it to end the way it did. That, I regret to this day. Da-da-da. Hold it! The strange happening at Lowgate Cemetery, which you know deny. Not entirely. I ran to fetch the police at the time, you know. I was shaking like a leaf, but I didn't believe a word of it. In fact, I was very nearly arrested myself. So I went to the papers instead. I started big with the London news, but unsurprisingly they didn't want to know either. In the end though, it was the reporters from the gossip rags, the gutter press, that came to get my story. And it spread like the plague through the capital, as gossip-hungry Londoners lapped up the tale.
The story was in every single paper at the time, with the exception of some broadsheets.
And yet, only 2 or 3 of them actually interviewed me personally. Most of the accounts turned out to be very interpretive, the ghost stories. What about the article in the Daily Circles? That particular journalist found me at my dormitory. I don't know how, but he discovered my name. So I recounted to him exactly what had happened that night. And from your description, he drew this illustration. Precisely. That's how I learned that the condemned man was the infamous professor. Because the reporter told me so. I had no idea myself, you see.
Newspaper reporters are wont to snoop around in matters that don't concern them.
This is now 2 cases that involve a reporter of some sort.
God damn.
Man, I can't...
You know, to be fair, I can understand why people don't like grave robbers, but come on, there was literally no other way to get bodies.
If only people would have donated to science. But no, science scary. I don't want anything to do with it. Obviously.
Science is scary.
Faye Incorporated does not actually respect the practice of grave robbing. Please do not do that at home, kids.
I respect grave robbers. They are good people. Rob my grave, I say.
They can rob my grave for all I care. What am I using it for anyways? Meanwhile,
Then again, I might cremate myself, so there won't be much to work.
I'm gonna donate myself.
I don't know, my body would be good.
I want to be a tree.
I don't think my body would be good for donation, considering I have genetic disease, so...
Doesn't that make it better for research?
I don't know. So the scene portrayed in the illustration is accurate, then...
Well... I never actually saw the professor at all. I totally made up the fact that I saw a masked man with a very specific outfit in a very specific grave. Hold it!
Totally.
Don't rob graves, think higher, raid tombs instead.
To be fair, I think he means that he didn't actually see their face.
What are you talking about? I think I explained already, didn't I? Lowgate Cemetery is at the rear of Barclay Prison. So was renowned among us students at the university for being haunted by the ghost of content comics. For some absurd reason, I was scared of the graveyard at night. As a result, only too willing to believe that nonsense of the dead going back to life. But you said you actually saw it! I said what I'd seen in my mind's eye. After all, resurrection is impossible, isn't it? You bet you have to be unhinged to think otherwise. Unless, of course, you have some evidence that proves I encountered the professor that night.
No, you are just flat out claiming you didn't see anything.
I don't know. Let's see. We have a few things. Like we have the camera from the waxwork. Dark staining is visible on the bellows.
What a wonderful machine.
Like there's a blood stain here on the bellows of some sort, or some other sort of red stain. I don't know. Is there any material evidence that could show he really did see the professor? Oh right, maybe it's stained from when the professor got shot.
If we have anything at all, Mr. Naruto.
I know, I need to present it against that irritatingly backtracking state in the face. The point is, that night was a pivotal moment in my life. Blah 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 blah.
Thank God that spell exists, because goddamn, we would not advance in this case at all if they didn't.
Yeah, no, like that spell's being a nosy ass lady. It actually solved everything for us.
Woo!
How the hell did you dig up this camera, woman?
She probably asked for it from him to add to the waxwork.
Nice.
The young woman being Madame Taspels, of course. Precisely. I must say I didn't expect to run into her again like this 10 years later.
As I have explained, I went by the name published in the article and...
You okay?
Eh, sorry.
I see. She was a little hungry in the trial.
No. I drank too much water. Commissaire, I found the man.
God, Saber dies live on TV while speaking as a friend.
Wee wee.
Well, Saber, if you die, I'm donating your body to science right now.
That's okay. Try to get a good price for me. Like 2 cents.
Wait, good price. Wait, hold up. The fuck you mean good price?
Yes, the article in the Daily Circus, I think you said. I was a poor student with barely a penny to my name at the time. And the young lady put £5 in front of me. So you know what they say, $20 is $20.
ain't wrong, see.
So you readily consented to having waxwork of yourself made and gave permission for it to be put on display.
I did. I should sell what little I had to sell, I concluded.
Ah, oui, I remember now. I purchased something else from you that day.
N'est-ce pas?
N'est-ce pas?
Did you? I can't say I remember. Yeah, the camera. What was it, madame?
You done fucked up, man.
His camera.
Ah. Oh yes, I made a point of taking it with me whenever I made an excursion into any cemetery.
You took a camera with you, sir? To what end?
To record the details of the bodies that is interred. But I had no intention of ever visiting a graveyard again after that night, so I sold it.
Oh, I see.
Ah, my net died for like a whole 2 seconds there.
Oh no.
It's back
Are
now.
you... Yay, you're back.
But I still have it, monsieur. It is part of the special exhibit in my House of Horrors.
It was at this moment Trevor knew. He fucked up.
It was at this moment I knew I fucked up.
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up. Herlock saying this from the ceiling somewhere.
He looks as happy as behind Mr. Trevor.
I am very meticulous about such details. It is the Dashbell way. It would seem then that this is the very camera Mr. Trevor took with him to locate cemetery on the night in question.
Yes, interesting. It's all coming together.
Yeah, boy.
This article, you mean, published by in the Daily Circus, written by Odious Asman. Yes, somebody informed me that it was my name that appeared in the article.
Very ass up, man.
And carelessly let slip that night after night. I was digging up graves. Hardly a model student, you might say. The university's reputation was exceedingly defiled and I was expelled as a result. Shaver that net died again?
Wow, I'm back now, sorry.
Hello.
I realized why my internet was dying. My antivirus once again decided that it would be perfect time to update at the midnight.
Amazing.
One deal. I had no idea.
That's just how I love how you sometimes call it the midnight.
And having been run out of university, you found employment in somewhat specialist trade.
You combine your knowledge of science with knowledge of stage magic to create various experimental machines intended to demonstrate never before seen technology. I use those empty machines to trick the government and private investors into giving you money.
What did I miss while I was dead?
I was just like that spells being like, oh my god, that's awful, and then Band 6 being like, well, that sucks.
Well, sucks to be you.
and he was like, well, my life is fucked up. Professor Albert Herring was just your latest victim, wasn't he? Whatever are you talking about? I have no recollection of doing anything of the sort. Now you're the one who needs to stay silent, huh? What's Trevor up to? Why would he suddenly change his tune and recant his claim?
I wonder if perhaps it is because of his circumstances have changed now.
What circumstances?
Well, if he admits to having seen the professor emerging alive from his grave 10 years ago.
Bad saver.
So much water.
I'm sorry. It will expose a secret in Dr. Side's past that she would desperately want to hide.
Yes, of course. The Rover and this Dr. are working together now. And if Trevor were to betray her, there would be no reason for her to continue to cooperate. In that case, there's only one way around it. I have to prove he really did see it. Prove he really did see the Professor's ghost coming back from the dead, Tsurugi claimed.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, exactly.
Alright, so we present the camera to this. Da, da, da.
Objection!
Oh, no? Really? Well, that's fucking lame. The defense will have to accept the penalty given. This is...
So, okay, we've done every single one of the presses.
Yeah.
What is our current? We're trying to.
With trying to prove he did see the goddamn body, and I thought, you know, the camera stained with blood that he brought to the cemetery. I thought I was the good one, but never mind.
What did you present on which one?
What is what?
What did you do that was wrong?
Camera on this.
Camera on which statement?
This one. The one that is right now on screen.
Oh, okay. Well, alright. What are the other statements then?
The reason I was in Lowgate was for moonlighting. The instruction on the newspaper article was based on what I witnessed. I realized I never saw the Professor Toldo. So after I was visited by a young woman who sculpted a model. Then I gave up on my dream of becoming a scientist because of the newspaper.
You know, I think you're on right track, but is there something we need to do before that?
Maybe we need to check the camera again.
But maybe we need to check log.
Blah, 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 blah. She's making everything being as close to life as possible though, isn't she? So the commentaries are making are different. So
In the back, and then can you do anything on the Dory missing the front as well?
yeah, but the adjustments are different now. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, she's talking about mechanical. Let's check this thing again.
I think I have an idea. I think.
What is it?
But the pillow is just here. There seems to be some very dark red stains.
Yes, you're right. It looks like blood actually.
Oh my.
I'm sure it's not what you're thinking.
Okay, go back to his. Okay, can I have a look at his statements again, Trevor's? Can I have a look at 3 and 4?
Thinking back now, I realized I never actually saw the Professor though. Soon afterwards, I was visited by a young woman who sculpted a model of me from wax.
Can we go through this one again?
Okay.
Hold it!
The young woman with Madame spells, precisely. Expect her to run into her again like this 10 years. Explain, I went by the name police and comes I found the man. Article the Daily Circus. Poor student. She offered him £5. Consented to the waxwork. He sold what he had to sell. And she remembered that he also sold the camera to her. This camera. Made a point of taking with me whenever I made an excursion. Took a camera to attend, to record. So, and then he sold it because he had no intention of continuing decrypting. We still have it in the special exhibit of the horror. And made meticulous about details because that spell. And the camera is the same that he brought, and that we added to our evidence.
Okay. Do you want to go with a gut feeling that I can't explain?
Sure.
Camera on statement 4.
Okay.
We just checked out. And something about it is rubbing me the wrong way. Something about like the way they're talking about the camera in the cemetery. It's like it feels off. I'm not sure. I can't know. I don't know those words.
Nope.
No. Okay. Something's.
How that hurt my soul.
Have we? Okay. We checked. We did the fifth. We did the fifth statement already.
We checked all the statements, yes. So yeah, I don't
Have we-
know.
Okay,
No,
I
no, no,
checked.
Foggy, have we presented anything so far on this set of statements already? I'm just making
Mhm.
sure.
I was just gonna say that I did check the guide if you guys want me to give you the answer at some point.
Yeah, later. I'm asking Faye something though.
What are you asking me?
So in this set of statements, right, these 5, have we, what have we presented so far otherwise, or have we only pressed?
The camera is the only thing we presented.
No, I mean like, but that was that was the ones that failed, right?
Yeah?
So we haven't done anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Maybe on. Maybe we start with you. Okay, so maybe we start with the article on
Hold it!
his third. On this, yeah. Okay.
Like,
Okay,
this
okay,
is
I
very
think-
clearly the statement we have to present evidence against.
Try the 10-year-old article on this one.
Are you sure? Okay.
He's talking about the professor, everything they talk about in there, and I think would fit with that. Could be wrong though.
Like, we need something that actually proves the fact that he saw the thing.
Go back through his third statement again. I want to read it carefully.
Okay.
Hold it!
Okay, so
What are you talking about? I think I explained already, didn't I? It's the rear of Barclay, so it was being around main students, so we were encountered like ghosts. For some absolute reason, I was scared of the graveyard, and as a result, I need to, whoops, and as a result, I need to willing to believe in that nonsense of the death coming back to life. But since you saw it, I said what it's in my mind's eye. After all, resistance is impossible, isn't it? You have the instincts to think otherwise, unless of course you have some evidence that proves I got at the professor that night. I don't know, is there any potential evidence? And then blah blah blah. We need to present the evidence against that statement.
Okay, can we go look at the evidence again?
Okay, what did it say here? The point is that that was a pivotal moment in my life.
So look at the article again. Just look at it. I wanna check something. Isn't it good? Okay, and he has. Okay.
I mean, we can try the article.
Remind me something. I'm not quite remembering right. What did everyone say when it comes to the professor and the information that was available to the public about them?
They said the professor was like, no one knew, like his execution wasn't public, and no one knew his identity. That's really it.
So if you ever made this article, right, or part of this article, right? Why would he have an iron mask in this?
Right.
Why would there be an iron mask? That's what's getting me.
Objection!
Why would there
No,
be?
it's
There shouldn't. Be
not that either. What?
Oh, God damn it!
Alright, Saber, this is being oddly obtuse. A clue, please.
See, I don't really need to give a clue. You guys actually had the right answer.
But no, you didn't. Look, it didn't work.
I think it was just a wrong statement.
Can you check what statement you used it on?
I used it on 3, I'm pretty sure.
Let's go
Oh
back.
no, I got them it.
Oh, wrong. Oh, damn. No, okay. Okay, that one on the third one.
Objection!
There, God, I fucking hate the fact that statements are just moved around all the time. Fucking stupid.
Okay, that last one was the right one. Okay.
Also, that's so goddamn obtuse. Like, you give us the fucking evidence of the camera, but then you're not supposed to use the camera, even though that very clearly points to the fact that something happened when you were using the camera. Ah,
I guess we're gonna use the camera later. I still feel like something with the camera on statement the four statement.
See,
orders.
I'm gonna give you guys something. I think you have solved this case like 4 or 5 steps forward.
how is it 4 or 5 steps forward? They just gave us the clue that it's literally correlated to the fact that he was there that night when the guy got shot.
I think they were saying we've already done. I think we've all done correct statements, just not correct yet. I think they're correct later.
It's so fucking dumb. Like, you literally just gave us the camera that
We're
that he was carried into that thing that has a blood stain, and we have the statement from the newspaper that the doctor literally got shot. What else?
it definitely okay. This is definitely this little design problem where it's like, okay, we're going we are definitely going way too far ahead that the game expects us to for some reason, which I don't know, but I guess they're wanting us to think a lot more simply right now than intended. I guess.
It doesn't even make it doesn't even make like half sense, because it's like yes, yes, sure, the fucking
I do like how Spec used to describe the mask exactly in the same, almost exactly in the same words how it's described in the guide I'm reading.
Amazing.
like
What the fuck? Like,
like the thing is, painting a mask onto the man isn't even that weird. Like, if you don't know the identity of someone, like that, you will either censor the face or put something on the face to disguise it anyways.
Okay, see,
this is why this was my second or third idea. Like, okay, no, my gut was wrong, which is fucking rare. So I was like, okay, what the fuck? Okay, what am I supposed to be looking at then? I'm so confused.
okay, see, think of it this way. You guys already have examined the camera, but technically Ryonosuke hasn't done that yet.
Except that that's bullshit, because half of the time the character is like, oh, with this evidence I have, I can figure all of this out, and it's like whether Ryonosuke technically understands his evidence or not is so arbitrary sometimes.
I know.
This is a small game design. What's the word? And not like quirk, but kind of in a negative sense.
It is a downside of like puzzle game sometimes.
I just wasted 3 lives on the stupidest fucking shit ever. Like, it doesn't it's not even that I was wrong. It's just that the game didn't want that to be right.
Like,
we're not wrong. We're just not supposed to say that yet.
This is an issue that can persist both in puzzle games and point-and-click adventures sometimes.
Like we're reaching the correct conclusion too fast. Like, okay, sorry, game.
There is a specific order that the game wants you to go through.
Like, they should have just done the thing where both of them would be right, because it's like if you present I feel like presenting the camera to that statement should be pretty goddamn understandable.
No, that was probably going to be a thing in like 1 or 2 more statements down the line, I guess.
Sorry, Mr. Trevor, but I don't believe that bullshit that you just pulled on me. Don't believe what?
You know what? I need a fucking ice cream bar. Be right back. I need this for this shit. I'm a little upset now.
Okay, I guess I'll stop.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll say.
You already exclaimed. You did see the professor on that night 10 years ago. Oh dear, we seem to be at odds, but I was there, and you were not. I know what they didn't see. The illustration with this article was drawn based upon what you told journalists that you witnessed. I love how no one is drawing attention to the fact that it clearly says Assman. We are zooming on the Assman now.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that some of this is half related to the fucking Asman shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, Assman literally ruined this man's life, which is probably the reason for murder.
Neo, the issue isn't that the character is done. The issue is that sometimes the hints they gave at that what order you should go to aren't very clear.
Yeah,
like they literally give you the update on the camera, and then you don't use it. Like,
Like, okay, I think I can understand the problem. The problem is that they give us the hints and information for the next several, like, statements ahead of time, but then want us to do a sequence of events in a specific order without really being clear what that order is, and being like, yeah, no, you're supposed to say that one for later, do this one then first, and then
Like
this one
the
after
game
that.
quite clearly was like, we need something that unequivocally proves that that Driver was there and saw the body. The camera is that. So why the fuck would you make us go in a whole roundabout first? About
Like, this isn't even a new issue in Phoenix. Not Phoenix. Like in Ace Attorney games, because like
I
think
know
literally
I've dealt with this before. It's
Yeah,
still
have
stupid.
Have I dealt with this before yet?
I was about to
Yes.
say that I think that there's like in the first game, in the third case, there is something that usually gets people confused. But I
What was
don't
the
remember what it
what
is.
was the third games?
The third case is the one with, you know, Miles with powers, and the whole Steel Samurai.
Oh yeah, I think there was at least one moment in there that was a little weird. I think, if I remember. I can't remember which specifically though.
And you know, especially in the old games, the issue would sometimes be as simple as, where do I need to be at this given moment?
It's fine. It's just the Ace Attorney quirk. It's just it happened once in Grey's Attorney. Like in a while, it's been a while. It's fine.
I'm pretty sure this
Whatever.
also happened in the last case of the last game.
Well,
A
damn.
figure emerging from a tomb wearing an iron mask.
Yes, when the killer was tried 10 years ago. God damn it, Nia. It was decided in the closed court's ruling that the man would wear the mask to hide his identity. It wasn't to be removed even during his execution and subsequent burial.
Wonder if presenting the waxwork head would have also worked.
But if the prison wardens were to see that man's face, obviously the provision of this mask was not public knowledge.
So, Mr. Driver, as you've just heard, a lowly student of the University of London certainly wouldn't have known about the condemned man's mask. So, I should actually seen the professor that night. It's conceivable that the artist would have included the mask in the illustration.
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Trevor?
Why are you looking at me?
It's a vile scene, isn't it? If you look closely.
Don't call me vile.
And as I've already been at pains to point out, I was utterly petrified. Which is why I had it in my head that I'd seen such a blood-curdling sight. Afterwards I came to my senses and realized that I'd been mistaken. You're still saying you didn't see it?
If you are stubbornly sticking to that story, witness, then amend your testimony to explain exactly how you think your eyes deceived you.
Of course. Only too happy to oblige. Can't believe he's still not going to concede the point.
Stubborn ass motherfucker.
Like that.
I'm gonna strangle him.
Hold it!
Hello, Grave Robber. What are you talking about? Well, I wasn't the only one busy in the cemetery that night, you know. Other body snatchers were at work. Of course, when I saw one emerging from the hole he dug, my heart very nearly stopped. So that's the terrifying sight I actually saw, you see.
You are claiming it was just another student on equally insalubrious business as yourself.
Many of the medical students would wear metal masks to protect them from bacteria during these sections. Apparently, the fellow was using such a mask to protect his anonymity, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
But there's more to the story, isn't there? The article goes on to say, in the next second, a gunshot rang out suddenly from behind. It appears the resurrected man's chest. whose pretend still wants more.
We must assume that the Sexton discovered the miscreants at Walker Hubs and fired upon one of them.
A gravedigger had shot someone in the cemetery. I think it may have been rather big news, my lord.
Ah, yes, well.
I can only assume it was an embellishment bolted only by the reporter.
Don't murder Holmes.
Like, it's a whole thing. Like, literally, this statement has only brought us back in full circle to talking about, like, oh yeah, I didn't see that. It was an embellishment by the reporter. It's like, come on.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Madame Taspels, don't take it out on Mr. Sholmes.
Ooh la la, pardon. I was lost in my thoughts.
Would it be fair to say that Mr. Trevor's last remark was significant to you in some way?
I thought it was a little strange, that is all. How Monsieur Dripper would claim this now.
If you don't mind me saying, madame, what are you talking about?
Well, when I met you 10 years ago at your university dormitory, you recounted to me about your adventures in the cemetery, none? Including the concert.
Stop. You might want to watch your tongue, you know.
Objection.
Have a care, Dripper. That's no way to speak to a lady.
Grr. Please, Madame Taspels. Carry on.
Of course. According to what Monsieur Dripper told me at the time, he did hear a gunshot from behind him, and the bullet hit the condemned man.
I said nothing of the sort. It bothers me so bad because we literally could have had this conversation like while we were just asking him about the third statement instead of 100% evidence in order to trigger this whole thing. It's so unnecessary.
It kind of is.
None, you were very explicit about the details. About the mask that the figure was wearing. And the blood that spattered over you when he was shot.
Enough! Shut up, woman! You're making all this up.
Oh, I think
That will
what
do.
you-
Mr. Trevor,
Ah? Yes.
your future account is you by Madame Taspels.
I have no recollection of ever saying those things. Come on, do you really expect us to believe you?
Control yourself, counsel. I'll permit baseless accusations in my courtroom.
Right.
Okay, so this is a little stupid, but I think they are now going to use the camera
Now
explicitly.
we use the camera because of the blood splatter being mentioned, but
Yeah.
So,
And now he can't claim that it's from some other wound or something like that.
so,
Because
so,
that
so
will
now,
just discredit him.
so now we did this. We can now, we can now press the things and then throw the camera at the things and do other stuff. Yay!
this was such a unnecessary roundabout.
Under the circumstances, I suggest that you supplement your testimony with a statement to clarify your position on this witness.
But very well. There's an
Making sure
answer.
that. Making sure I didn't want your statements to press. Yeah.
Madame Taspels has testified that you told her about both of these details. Not true. I said nothing of the sort.
10 years have passed. Without material evidence to the contrary, you have no grounds on which to question the witness's word.
Ah! Tell me, Madame Taspels.
Oui?
What exactly did Mr. Robert say about the blood that apparently splattered on him?
Alas, this is what he told me. All of a sudden, he heard a very loud gunshot from behind his back. The bullet hit the figure who was emerging from the tomb in the middle of the chest, in his heart.
Shot through the heart. You are
And
to
you're
blame.
to blame.
You give forensics a bad name.
Oh, one dreadful sight after another.
And since Monsieur Trevor was at the time facing forward towards the condemned man, the blood sprayed from the wound and spattered on his body. That is what he told me.
So, not an experience you would ever forget, is it? Precisely, and I didn't forget it because, as I've already said, it never happened in the first place. He's clearly lying. If only I had some evidence to prove it.
We can let him in, Mr. Naruto. We mustn't
Oh my
overlook a
God.
single detail, no matter how small.
Oh man, I wonder what they have to use. Oh,
No.
this is. Oh man,
Hold on. Before
Wait.
you pray,
Okay.
Yeah, I was just say, let's make sure.
let's just check everything else first. If they add any new statement or anything else.
Okay. No.
Was the fifth one the same?
Yeah, they're all the same except for the new one.
Okay.
Objection!
There we go.
Hey!
Mr. Trevor, do you remember this camera? Fuck.
So all of that to get to that thing we realized like 20 minutes ago. Yippee!
But that is the camera from that fateful night.
And that is why I stepped. You guys were like 4 or 5 steps forward.
It's so stupid because we literally did not need that whole conversation about the newspaper. She could have mentioned that something was off about his statement when we first questioned him about seeing the body. She could have been like, oh no, yeah, he totally mentioned the mask the body was wore and how he got fucking shot in the chest. But no. The most frustrating part was the fact that they zoomed in super close to the Odi Asman part. That's still not being commented on. Yes, we borrowed it from the House of Horrors. It's the camera you took with you to the cemetery that night, Mr. Trevor. And it's not supposed to be significant. This kind of camera is rarely seen in our homeland, so my colleague and I were keen to examine it closely. There's the lens extends forward on the end of some bellows. Like this.
Hold it!
What's that? There, just on the bellows. It looks like a dark red stain.
Ah! That's right. It's a rather conspicuous mark here on the bellows, in fact.
Good lord! Are you suggesting?
Yes, my lord, it would appear to be a spatter of blood.
Something that could be confirmed with a simple chemical test. Isn't that right, Dr. Sight?
It would be difficult to determine if it was human blood, but not the blood of some animal. But yes, to test whether or not it's blood at all, that's simple enough. I propose that Madame Taspel's testimony was correct. That on the night in question 10 years ago, you were splattered with blood from the gunshot wound. Well, and that furthermore, you really did witness the condemned professor emerging from his tomb. I love how short Taspes is compared to these two people.
She's so short. I want to pat her.
There's simply no way you could have forgotten such a traumatic experience. In other words, your explanation is that you're trying to hide the fact that you saw the professor that night.
Objection!
But why? Why would he want to do that?
Well, not for his own gain, it would seem.
For whose then? Who could benefit?
Mr. Trevor is obviously lying in order to protect somebody.
My goodness, he's shielding someone?
Very subtle, Trevor. Very subtle. Yes, my lord, and clearly, it's someone who doesn't want the truth about the professors coming back to life to be exposed.
Well, Council, who is it then? Who is this with this right to protect my life about at night? Oh my god, who could it be? Oh my god.
Who could it be? Oh my god!
The obvious answer is Dr. Side.
Sight.
I feel like by the way I pronounce her name is being very blatantly ignored, but whatever.
What?
Okay.
Whatever do you mean?
Imagine if the comic who had been sentenced to death was not in fact killed. Imagine if that was to come to light. What are you insinuating? And imagine if the convict in question was the country's most hated mass murderer. If it was the professor?
That of an unprecedented scandal.
Objection!
This is beyond a joke. Need I point out that the dead cannot come back to life? What are you suggesting would mean? That the execution never actually happened?
Yes, that's exactly what it would mean.
Objection!
Once a man is sent to the gallows, he hangs. No one could escape. Not in Great Britain.
Objection!
But the fact is, there was a witness to the fact that the man did escape his hanging.
If that were really true, Council, the implication of misconduct would not stop at the super busy coroner. It would taint the honor of the entire judiciary, from the ground up.
And it's exactly because of those monumental repercussions that Dr. Side would consent to any demand made of her by someone who threatened to expose the secret. And if that meant being complicit in a crime.
You mean...
I mean, Dr. Side wasn't collaborating in Mr. Trevor's wicked scheme. She was coerced into collaborating in order to protect her decade-old secret. She switched the dead body of Mr. Swan with a wax worm and fabricated autopsy report. Ah! Struck a chord, did I? Well...
God.
Lord on 6!
Pray forgive my freshly filled hallowed chalice, and the whole raft of other discourtesies now.
Goodness me!
It's just the sort of thought their Londoners would enjoy, I grant you. An executed killer rising from the dead, a Scotland Yard cover-up, a conspiracy at the highest levels. So let me ask you one thing.
What's that?
If the condemned man really did emerge from his tomb at night only to be shot in the chest, who pulled the trigger and disposed of him forever?
Well, I have no idea at the moment.
We have too little information to work that out at the present, I think.
Yeah, at this point the only possible suspect would be Side, but who knows? I couldn't agree more. Hell, for all we know, it's the fucking Lord Chief of Justice.
The Old Bailey is no place for wild fantasies.
Is this real life? Is this just fantasy?
We have almost been going for 3 hours.
Yeah, we'll stop soon, don't worry.
Yeah.
And have you considered this, my learned Nipponese friend?
Considered what?
Do you realize just what a dangerous endeavor it would be to coerce this woman into such criminal activity? It's tantamount to declaring war on the entire British police force and judiciary.
Quite hard to imagine any sum of money being offered with reasons we could warrant it.
Oh god, sorry. I'm just so engrossed that I'm just in shock when the guy, when like this random ass magician keeps talking like every so often. He has 2 sentences in the past 3 hours. To rely on some stage deception when so much is at stake would be madness.
Well, I suppose.
and it won't fucking game for the rest of the stream.
Yippee!
And this was no petty crime either. The victim was murdered. A man who'd already invested money in the venture and would be instrumental in future profits too.
Yes, I had no reason to kill Mr. Asman at all. Why are you forgetting that his death results in me receiving not a single penny?
Why the fuck are you lying?
The court is already aware of the contract between myself and the victim. No.
Oh, there is the contract, that's very true.
The motive for this case runs deep, though. I can feel it.
I can feel it. I can see it. Looks at the newspaper. Use.
Using threat to force the head of forensic investigation team to cooperate its stream.
Sorry,
My voice is giving up.
I got called by deep voice of Santo.
Especially for a government grant he had no guarantee of receiving in the first place.
If the research grant was the aim, taking Mr. Asman's life would have made no sense anyway. Which means, Mr. Robert's motive wasn't money at all. He was just trying to kill Mr. Asman. But why? What was his motive then?
Come on.
Oh boy.
Your time is up, my learned friend. I'd say you have one last chance before the jury lose their patience with this charade.
Charade.
Let's see if you can back up your heady proposal, shall we? How do you explain why this engineer would throw all caution to the wind and threaten his own country?
Fucking
I need to
nice
see that
dodge.
again. I need to see that. Holy shit! Oh shit! Just him like, oh.
At this point, I'm not prepared to listen to more of this outlandish conjecture without proof. So, counsel, present your evidence.
Alright? Looks like it was Mr. Asman to Trevor. There's a connection there that no one's seen yet. And I'm going to have to present 2 pieces of evidence to show what it is.
You know,
Alright, so I'm thinking it will be the contract and the newspaper.
you know, in case Kazuma is the prosecutor in the next case, I want them to keep throwing chalices in the window.
Yes, my lord. I'm going to real quick save. Let's establish some of these evidence wanted victim dead is right here. Okay, so I'm thinking it's the contract and the news and the article, since both have the signature of Asman.
I agree.
Then let's go.
I don't know if the order mattered or if it like you just need to pick one of them. Or...
Mr. Trevor, have here the contract that you signed with Mr. Asman. Yes, that's right. The very document, in fact. That proves I had no reason to kill the man. No, I'm afraid not. As it turns out, this contract actually helps to establish a real motive for the murder you committed.
It does? Well, I never.
What are you talking about? Read it again, you idiot. No, I am not finished. Shut the fuck up. In order to demonstrate what your motive really was, I need this contract and one other piece of evidence.
What other evidence?
Counsel, you will present your supplementary evidence without delay. The evidence with which we cross-reference with the contract signs the motive for the deed.
Take that!
It's this newspaper article, my lord.
That was written 10 years ago, and every detail has been examined already. What can it possibly tell us?
That tribute should never have been written. It's typical gutter press nonsense that means nothing.
Objection!
But there's something significant that this newspaper article and the contract have in common.
Really?
And it's that common link. If we really are lucky that Mr. Asman did not change his signature in 10 years.
Or that he goes by the same name still.
That's just very clear why you were determined to kill Mr. Asman.
It seems the defense has uncovered something the rest of us have missed.
Somehow.
Somehow.
So, my learned friend, Point out what these two pieces of evidence have in common. Where exactly is the link between this newspaper article and the contract?
Toot 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 toot. What these two pieces of evidence have in common is a signature.
A signature?
The signature on the illustration that accompanies the 10-year-old article and the signature on the contract belong to the same person.
What?
Oh my god.
As the court has heard, this illustration was drawn 10 years ago by a newspaper reporter who found Mr. Trevor and interviewed him about his ordeal. If you look closely, the reporter's signature can be seen in the bottom right corner of the drawing.
Ah, fuck.
And if you look at the contract here, which was signed between the witness and the victim last year, you can clearly see Mr. Arman's signature at the bottom.
Let me see now. Good lord, yes, they're identical.
Good lord! Great heavens!
In short, the journalist who drew the illustration and wrote the article published by Mr. Trevor 10 years ago was the victim of this case, Mr. Odiasman. Well, off he goes. That's one bird down.
Objection!
Yippee!
But explain to the court why. Why would that constitute a motive for the witness to murder Asman?
Well, if you think back, you remember that Mr. Trevor talked about that article in his testimony. That man fucking... that man doxed me. It ruined my life. That man fucked over my life, so I'm gonna fuck up his neck.
God.
His bitterness fucked him up so bad.
Stop looking at me in the flashback, please.
No.
At the time, you were a student of the University of London who dreamt of becoming a scientist. However, this single newspaper article changed your entire life.
So Mr. Asman used to be a newspaper journalist, did he?
He did, my lord. In fact, it's widely held belief that Asman managed to position himself at the heart of his criminal network, thanks to the many dubious connections he made during his time as a reporter. Damn.
So you had to give up on your dream and leave university. You lost everything. Eventually you found yourself working in the field of science, but only in the shadows. And all because of that article, written by Mr. Asman. Enough!
Why?
Stop this endless dream about my life. What?
Explain yourself, Mr. Trevor.
Yes, it's true, I had to leave the university as a result of that article. And it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. What do you mean? Almost every student of science in the faculty was too poor to actually conduct any research. But they struggled on with their hypothesis anyway. We all did. Only to have them taken by vultures. Sooner or later, you knew your ideas would be stolen and patented by some wretch or other, after all.
Good gracious!
Making a name for yourself as a scientist in a climate like that was a miracle only a select few geniuses could ever hope to achieve. Personally, I wasn't one of those geniuses, so it was hardly a rent. Being forced out of the university because of Lowgate was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Objection!
Mr. Trevor, do you genuinely believe that? Of course I do. Who's better placed to know whether or not I possess a talent for science than me? I'm sorry to say that your words don't ring true at all. How dare you? And I have evidence to prove it. How are you in a position to say anything about me? I don't know you from a damn. Fine, if you think you have evidence, go ahead, show it. What could be possible to push the idea was ability diversity because I lack talent. Your very still kept Royal Society trophy.
Take that!
You remember this, Mr. Trevor? We found it at your workshop.
Is that the Royal Society Trophy for Excellence in Science?
What exactly is this trophy, Council?
It's the greatest honor that can be bestowed on a young scientist, my lord.
There is no higher accolade. It recognizes emerging talent and promises a bright future.
Good gracious!
Your prospects for the future were excellent, weren't they, Mr. Trevor? Because even then you were a genius in your field. But you lost everything. You had no more future. Your talent would go to waste. All as a result of this one newspaper article. I don't know when you realized who Mr. Asman was. When it dawned on you that he was the same journalist who 10 years ago ruined your life. It's abundantly clear, and you had no intention of forgiving the man. The truth is... Finally, he's going to fold. Oh. Oh, here we go. Now she's the one trying to take control. Well, I'd say this is a pretty good stopping point.
Well,
Whoops. Clearly this has run its course now, and we will definitely run its course next time.
next time.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy.
Well,
Oh, fucking god, eh.
That was certainly something. Oh my god. This case is so meaty. I love it so much. There's so much drama.
Ay, caramba.
Oh my god. What's the fourth case even gonna be about?
I don't know.
This one is already a goddamn beast.
Mister?
Mister?
yeah.
These? Now I just imagine Trevor doing the pose. I'm sorry.
Oh god. God, poor Trevor, honestly. I'm honestly not surprised he killed the man. What the fuck?
So, Aspen was a bit of a bitch to a Trevor, and Trevor was like, "Aight, chief, I'm gonna come get you."
Asman was a scumbag from beginning to end. Jesus Christ.
It's me, Asman.
I got fiddled by the both of them.
No, not the fiddle. No, please. I don't want the fiddle again, sir.
Okay, no fiddling, but you still get the diddling.
No! I don't want either.
Trevor is such a this is probably one of my favorite characters in this game, I'm gonna be real. Everything from his design and mannerisms to this actual like whole ordeal. Peak. I love it. I absolutely love absolutely extravagant revenge on someone who ruined your life, and this is I supported fucking Hornsent in his bullshit. I support this one too. Oh my god.
I am hurting, but that was such a good hurting.
And now time to rest my throat. Oh boy. Unless Spectre on Persona 5.
See, I would like to do that, but I do need to wake up early tomorrow, actually.
That's a shame. But then we will be ending now. Thank you all for hanging around today. This was definitely... God, this case is the gift that keeps on giving. I swear to God.
But you know, on Wednesday I don't have school, so I can be up tomorrow.
I guess that we do have Dungeon Meshi.
Dungeon Meshi. Isn't that on other day?
It's on Wednesday.
No, Faye, what they're saying is they can stay up longer on Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. I heard Wednesday.
No,
Yeah,
because they don't have anything on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
They're saying that
mean,
we have extra tomorrow. They're saying maybe.
I guess depends on how long the Doom stream takes.
That depends on how long the stage takes.
And that depends on how late I arrive from my practices tomorrow. That go from 4 to 8.
That depends if I'm alive.
You'll be alive because you'll be helping me to finish the character finally.
Oh, please. Oh God. Okay.
And I'll certainly be alive. I have more manuals to read.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when is the SMT one coming out again?
The 12th. They keep pushing it back. I just want my book.
Oh hey, even though there's no Gloomhaven this week, there's probably one for next week. Alright then, maybe you've read SMT.
No,
I doubt.
This is a good thing because if they keep pushing it back, someone can buy it for you as a Christmas present.
I already pre-ordered it.
Well,
It
it can be a Christmas present for yourself.
Oh really?
But yeah,
This feels like, God, this is the ultimate tease. Like, oh, is it gonna release? No. Oh, here's another week. No. Oh, here's another one. Oh, another week. Here you go.
yeah, basically, I am very busy with having to study for my exams and such. I also have to work in a very complex project later this next week, so I will have to read it very slowly.
That's okay.
That's fine. We can still do Gloomhaven for a while. I'm glad about it. I just don't know. Everyone else seems to be fine with it too. So
You know, you can also read it with us because I'm actually curious about how it's gonna work.
Read it, wow. What do you say?
Show it to us too, I mean.
I mean, maybe I could stream it.
yeah, you have Sunday. You can. You can do SMT TRPG reading.
Just be like, for the next 3 hours, you're reading this goddamn manual, boys.
Would that be safe for the copyright reasons, or how does it work?
I don't quite know.
Would reading a fucking book be a problem?
I mean, there's plenty of YouTube videos discussing D&D manuals, so I hope not.
Yeah.
I swear.
Because I'm pretty sure most of those people don't have a proper license from Wizards to do that kind of shit.
I fucking swear, reading a fucking book online is a problem. I'm going to strangle someone.
Well, technically, you see, you own the book, but that doesn't mean that you can necessarily share it with everyone.
I'm gonna strangle someone.
I mean, I don't know how the law works, but that could.
I mean, people are going live making reviews of like the D&D 2024 remake stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You could read it and then have the stream break down what the game is like. Again, I don't have that much time to read it. That is the main problem.
The problem is that that's why I was saying reading it live would be easier because you actually absorb the information in those bursts.
Also, like, to be fair, I could be up for like the next hour, but I don't think we could get too much like Persona 5 done in one single hour. So.
Well, we are about to reach the Futaba boss fight, so we would do that and that's it. And I really want Spec to see that part, but you know, I can be patient. I can wait.
Yeah.
I can fucking wait. Just one more day.
Yeah.
Well then, yeah, let's do that. Let's do it tomorrow, and then we can keep going after the boss battle.
Sounds good. Also, I just realized that my music is honestly pretty loud, so I'm gonna start lowering it. There we go.
Yeah.
That's much better. Oh, oops! I didn't need to do that. Oops.
Well, also, Neo, I'm not exactly worried about reading it per se. I'm mostly worried about just showing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, time to take a breaky now. Everyone, thank you for coming here. You're all lovely. And streaming this game makes me very happy because it's usually a great time to ramble about my own personal bullshit. Except that it makes Specky very uncomfortable because my personal bullshit tends to involve living people.
That's fine.
Blood and organs, blood and organs.
Blood for the blood god.
It is what it is.
Skulls for the skull throne.
Scalpers for the medical professionals.
But is it a is it a large scalpel, medium scalpel, small scalpel, thin, thick?
That's the best part. All of them.
I never expected there to be so many types of scalpels and sewing needles. And also threads.
To be fair, I didn't expect there to be so many goddamn blood sample bottles.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. I've also had to work with those since, you know, nurse.
Why are there so many?
Well, because you need specific components to make sure that the specific parts of the blood you want to analyze don't like fall down or get coagulated or something.
Yeah, no, that part I can understand, but then there are like different bottles when you take blood sample from like the tip of your finger, and then there's different types when you take specific like what would be called like blood farming.
This is bad. And sometimes cadavers, god.
And then there's the goddamn capillary sticks.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, at least you don't have to learn like every single artery in the body.
Well, we don't, but we are also the ones taking the samples, so we need to know how to find them.
Oh yeah, they're pretty easy to find. Just find where the place where you feel the pulse.
We specifically don't want to take from the places where there is pulse.
That makes no sense. Like for most artery extractions, you use the radius artery, which is one that has pulse.
We specifically take from the places where, you know, the blood goes back to the heart where there is no pulse.
But I'm talking specifically about artery blood, not vein blood.
Fair.
It's different.
We take the vein samples.
But yeah, do you not take samples for like oxygen measurement and stuff?
Unless specifically specified by the sample, no.
Well, yeah, but like, are you not trained to do that? I mean,
not yet. I'm on the first year.
fair enough. I studied that in nursing and I still can't quite figure it out because you have to aim so deeply after just filling the pulse. It's like, is the artery here? Oh no. Is it here? Oh no.
The vein is as problematic because, you know, you think you might have support, then you step it in and you notice, no blood.
I was surprisingly good at drawing blood.
Blood.
I can get it right like 50% of the time. Even when I ask for verification from like teachers if this is a place I should take from.
Like I would use the vacuum system and it would like and there.
I wish I could get blood like that.
The vacuum extraction system is such a goddamn gift. Much better than having to finagle a needle in a syringe while trying to suck from the syringe while also keeping it perfectly still. But anyways, lovely time. See you tomorrow for Doom 2. Before I keep rambling about my personal life. Oh jeez.
Yeah.